Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting edition of the Sunday Cup. I'm Rabid Panda, also known as Little Spare, also known as Mystic, whichever one you want to go with. We've got people getting into game right now, setting up the custom and everything. I am joined by Rox. Please introduce yourself, let the people know who you are and everything.
Yeah, hello, I'm Rox. It's my first time casting, so give me some slack. But yeah, I'm otherwise also known as the support for the premium esports gamers, and I hope we get a pretty nice matchup today.
It's a battle between two 1-on-1 teams, if I remember correctly. So this could be a battle to see who breaks away from the big middle of the pack, so to speak.
It's true, yeah. I am definitely excited for this game, especially because I think there's three factors to it. Firstly, there is an obvious bot lane, support lane meta developing in, I think in general as well as on our server. Secondly, I am really interested in how the jungle as well as the support matchup is gonna look like, because we have two connoisseurs of trash in the support role, and we have two players in the jungle role that both like Amumu as well as some other similar picks such as I think it was Liliana and some other roles. And thirdly, I think Visor is switching for this game to the top lane as opposed to his obviously previously played bot role, and I am excited to see how that's gonna pan out. What are your thoughts?
Overall, I think we've got an exciting game coming up. The Fresh will definitely be one of the highest priorities, I imagine. And whether it'll actually be picked in either game is up for debate, because honestly, I could just see both teams banning it, especially MFF, seeing that there's a person called Click My Lantern.
Yeah, I can agree more. Yeah, no. On one hand, I can't see why at least the blue side wouldn't try to first pick it. On the other hand, I am excited to see if it turns out to be a death trap. Uh, letting the trash go by, counting on the other side picking it, and then seeing that it actually doesn't play into the new meta. Since trash, to be completely honest, it's not the worst support at the moment, but especially against like the likes of Draven, Xayah, as well as Varus, for example, it just does not work unless you snowball. So I'm excited to see if they do actually try to ban out uh, player comfort picks.
On the other hand, with Fresh, though, there is also the obvious other use for him, which is using him for peeling, for safety, for like a Jinx or something, as an example. Do you think teams might look for that, or do you think with Samira having a lot of popularity in this server, they might be looking at that instead?
Um, Completely honestly, in my opinion, I think early game has such a big importance, uh, especially like looking at the last couple of games, that counting on Thresh being useful in late game, which yeah, Thresh scales, but is it enough to turn a game around? I I would like to see it. It could be interesting, but I question that.
Yeah, and it looks like we will be getting in Champ Select very soon.
Indeed, it seems
So
so.
we'll be seeing what the teams have planned here.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I could look into their previous matchups, as well as like the players themselves, I think bottom lane, no matter what, uh, simply due to the current state of the meta, will be explosive as always, I think.
And
Uh,
we are in
but
Champ Select, actually. Just sorry to interrupt
exactly.
you quickly.
It's no problem. Uh,
Oh,
but
never mind.
yes. Oh, never mind. But yeah, sorry to get it back on my point. I think team-wise, uh, I wouldn't put it past uh McDonald's Freedom Fighters to play around top lane and team placeholder to try to get their mid ahead. With picks like Vex, or with control mages such as Syndra or Anivia. Does it have the carry potential of the types of champions that Visor likes to play in top, such as Jace or Gnar? Not really a carry champion, but if it snowballs, it's still fine. I don't know. So yeah, I we'll see what the first three bands the first three bands bring us. Honestly,
The one lane we really haven't talked about yet is mid lane, actually. You mentioned for placeholder that before we went live that you think Meister Fluffy is a fairly solid mid laner for them. As
yeah.
do you think that they might try and unsettle her and see if they can try and punish
I
her, maybe get PhE
I
to lose some comfort?
the thing that I'm worried about is Vex getting banned, which I think from Fluffy is the not the only champion, obviously, but like one of the main champions she plays, as well as the one of the champions that can be disruptive in the back lane, or the back line. And besides that, she mostly plays control mages, which means that she can't really get that much of an advantage in the laning phase. And if the team doesn't play around her, it's gonna be a pretty hard matchup. So in that sense, I mean, in the last matchup, I think she also pulled up Sivir. No, wait,
It was Samira, actually.
Samira.
I
Yes,
was in
yes,
that
yes.
game,
Sorry.
so I remember it was a
Yeah.
Samira mid, which I think she did fairly okay with, went largely even in mid.
Mm, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't bet on what she plans on playing. But if I was on the other team, I would definitely try to ban out Vex and see her go for control mages and bet on the fact that maybe her team can't play around her as much. But we will see as soon as we get into the banning and especially into the drafting phase.
Honestly, something I'm also curious about myself. The big news of this patch, uh, Aurelion Sol. He's
Yeah,
reworked his lane from what I have seen and what I know is not great, but he seems to be quite powerful later on. As well
yeah,
as we did see a massive buff to Annie.
yeah. I mean, I'm not sure we're gonna see it in mid lane simply because I don't think our players are used to it that much. But I wouldn't be surprised if it maybe shows up in the support role, to be completely honest.
Yeah, I
As
think she
far
can
as
be an S tier support right now. We do immediately
exactly.
see Vex taken off the
Oh,
field.
oh, as well as Quiana, which is also the mid support. So I guess both teams are looking to play around mid lane.
Yeah, we see a Kindred ban as well. That is, Kindred can be a very strong jungler in my opinion. So, not surprising. I believe Liaraf, I think it's pronounced, plays them quite a bit. And then we see the fresh ban. So it looks like
Oh,
McDonald's Freedom Fighters not looking to prioritize that.
oh, so we have three bands that put off all the comfort picks for both teams, especially Thresh and Amumu. So I'm honestly looking forward to what they pick up as their. I don't know. Maybe we see some pocket picks. We see some second picks.
Yeah,
But
first pick we see a Caitlyn, and we know how strong she is in lane. We were talking about
exactly.
bot lane
Yes.
being about domination.
Oh, and
Sever picked
Sever,
into
I'm
is
I
very iffy.
am not I am not happy about that. Like hmm, unless it's paired with another support that can uh take advantage of the laning phase, or a jungler that plans on getting a few early ganks, I think it's gonna be hard lane just looking at that Caitlyn.
Well,
Now
we see Trundle.
Trundle is not bad in the current meta. As well as
Yeah, especially with the tanks in the jungle, although there's a Lilia coming out.
yeah. I mean Trundle is okay, it's just a bit early, I think. It's if the other team would have picked a few tanks, then maybe it would have been a bit more valuable, but at the moment I doubt it's gonna be that much useful. And we see Karma, which to be
That is
honest,
that's a very scary bot lane.
yes. Although Visor has been seen to be playing Karma in the top lane. So I am speculating here, but maybe that Karma is going into the top lane.
That would be interesting. That would
And
be interesting.
we might see some shenanigans. The only problem for team MFF is they don't really have a tank in the current state, but it is an interesting flex pick, I think. Specific to the team, though.
Something that can be interesting is you mentioned how Trundle is very good into tanks. However, in a way, he can kind of dissuade tanks as well.
Exactly.
A Syndra
He,
ban as well, more control taken off the field there.
true. And a Zac is, I think, a player targeted ban as well.
Yeah, and of course, Zac just really strong right now. We'll see.
Yeah.
I do remember there was a Zac mid that really popped off, although I don't remember if that was McDonald's Freedom Fighters that did.
I will be completely honest, I haven't seen that match, but I do think the the plays, what is the thing called again? The plays holders do play Zac in jungle as well, so maybe they're just scared of that matchup. We'll
Oh,
see.
that's true, yeah.
We'll see as the draft develops.
It'll be interesting to see what they go with here. Are they going to pick their mid laner or their top laner already? Do they think that Korma is support is the big question.
Exactly.
Oh, we see a Vigar lock in.
Okay.
Very interesting. That too bad Lipsy Cat isn't here. He would absolutely love this as a Vigar main.
Now let's see what McDonald's Freedom Fighters speak. Do they reveal if the Karma is indeed going top? And maybe they do.
Yeah,
Yes.
it looks like it will be
Oh,
a
so
Karma in the
it's
bot lane
Karma
support.
support. It's probably Karma support, indeed.
Oh, and I just received word. The Vigar was a random pick. Was actually a random
Oh,
pick. There was a
that
problem locking in, so it looks like we may have to do a redo on the pick and ban there.
no, that's a bummer.
We are gonna have to check something quickly here about what to do in this situation. All right, we are currently just looking through it right now. It looks like we'll redo the draft up until the Vigor pick. And from there on, we will continue the draft normally. Just quickly making sure everything is okay and sorted, so
Indeed.
everyone knows what's going on. Looks like the Vigor was a mistake. They did mention in the chat that they were looking for Shen. So it looks like they were trying to leave support for last pick.
Which does
Sorry,
make sense.
mid lane for last pick.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, although Shan could technically go into support role as well, which, might play into my theory of Karma being either support or top.
Oh no, Karma was it was on the other side that the mistake happened with placeholder. They had
Mm.
Caitlyn, Nami, and Trundle
Oh,
already
that's
picked.
okay, my bad. Yeah. No, you're right. But yeah, so far I think the placeholder placeholder bot lane is just gonna struggle against Caitlyn. That is gonna be a really big pressure point for them throughout the whole laning phase.
Yeah, they do have Nami, which does offer some sustain, and level 6 can actually get some engage off with ultimate if they're not too low. But the concern is they might be too behind by then.
Yeah, I mean, to be completely honest, scaling comes to work, but in my experience watching as well as playing games, they scaling comms just haven't turned out to be that great yet. So I mean, I'm here waiting to be surprised, but completely honest, I think early game comms just currently are taking the cake. So we'll see how placeholder tries to stabilize the early game and then maybe take advantage of their scaling with the Sivir.
Yeah, I think plates are quite a big thing for early game comps. If you get 2 or 3 plates, that's quite a bit of extra gold in your pocket, as well as, of course, the CS advantage you'll usually have on top of that.
Mm. Oh, by the way, any viewers, uh, keep in mind, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and subscribe is especially to like keep up with any new vids. We will be posting. This is only the third week, right? So we're playing for 18 weeks. And for the people on the Discord channel, uh, do take advantage of the predictions channel because currently there are 9 to 7 votes for placeholder actually to win the game, and I want to see how that prediction changes throughout the games.
Yeah, based on the draft so far, who would you say looks like the better draft so far, I guess, and maybe a prediction for game 1, if you have one?
Mm, knowing Visor's NAR, which is pretty solid, as well as the fact that the McDonald's Freedom Fighters bot lane is gonna be ahead in the laning phase unless something crazy happens. I admittedly have to say that Freedom Fighters do have an advantage as for now, as far as the draft went. We will see what happens in I think the mid lane as well as the what was it? The
I don't believe top lane was picked yet. Unless the Karma is going top lane, then we
yeah,
have one
yeah.
top lane pick.
So we'll see what happens there, but I don't know. I think it's still pretty open, apart from bot lane. But even there, I have to say, jungle can do a world of difference. So, I'm not yet saying that a certain team has a draft advantage or not.
Just for an update for everyone here, we have people in the custom game again, and we are heading back into Champions Select now, finally. I apologize for the delay on everything, and we will just be redoing the first picks and the bans as they were before, and everything should be fine now going forward.
Oh, and as well as the YouTube comments go, I think both teams are currently at 1 win and 1 loss. Correct me if I'm wrong, Panda.
Yes, they are. They are both currently 1-1.
Yep.
So
And
it's a battle of the middle of the table, and seeing if anyone can break away from that, try and
yeah.
get towards the top to challenge those spots.
And as far as aggressive or defensive goes, I mean, McDonald's Freedom Fighters definitely are picking a more aggressive early game focused comps so far. But as far as their general feel goes, it's hard to say simply because the McDonald's Freedom Fighters did change their bottom lane to top. And we'll see how that pans out.
Maybe we see an 80 carry top lane if he has an 80 carry main, so.
A Vayne top sometimes does work, but with the current comp, it feels too squishy.
Yeah, it would feel like it's way too reliant on just winning lanes and then snowballing that into winning the game.
Exactly. And especially being it the first game of a best of 3, it does feel a bit risky. And yet there is the Gnar. Is it gonna be locked in?
Yeah, it is locked in.
It is locked in.
And there's the Orianna mid. Interesting, actually, I'd say. Not what I was expecting off of McDonald's Freedom Fighters looking at their early draft. I was expecting a more aggressive mid lane pick, but I guess blind picking, they weren't exactly comfortable with going for an aggressive mid laner, worried about the counter, possibly.
Well, Kiana was banned, which is one of the McDonald's Freedom Fighters main champs.
And we see
And
Ari
there we
lock
have
in.
Ari.
Yeah, it's a
Interesting.
it's another it's another control mage, fairly safe. She has got her art sustainability update on this patch, so maybe there's some reason to pick her with that as well, or we'll
Well,
see
as
how.
said, I think it's gonna be. I mean, apart from the bottom lane, I think it's gonna be a bit of a top lane versus mid lane asymmetric matchup, and I am curious to see if either if either Fluffy's Ari or Visor's Gnar comes ahead.
So the interesting thing here is Ori is a roamer, and Shen himself, everyone knows his ultimate, probably arguably one of the strongest team play ultimates in the game. That could be a very quick 4 or 5 man bot lane.
Indeed, though, if it stays pretty even up to level 6, there is the Shen ultimate into play. And yeah, we'll just have to see how it pans out.
So looking at the draft overall, I'm going to ask you for a prediction. How did you see it fully? I asked you earlier when we only saw part of it. I'll let you
Yeah.
change it if you want.
Um, that's a good question. I still think McDonald's Freedom Fighters are ahead. I don't love their draft, but the thing that's standing out as a sore thumb in the placeholders team is the troll, the big troll in the room. And I don't think he has enough tanks to be considered a good enough pick, to be honest.
Yeah, that is understandable. I can see it still working, but it's going to be a rough one. On the other side of McDonald's Freedom Fighters, personally, I think the Lilia is a bit odd here as well. I think you would want more of an early game jungler if you can in this team. Try and get more of a skirmisher, someone like I don't know, Lee Sen maybe, or Jarvan, something like that. Although I know they're not exactly heavily meta right now. Maybe even us a Dwani, although there was the Trundle, I guess.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's not the best comp or draft in no sense, but I do think it fits McDonald's Freedom Fighters in the sense that like they just love to snowball the early game, and it doesn't really matter what pick they're on as long as they have at least one tank, as long as they have some an early game ADC and some AP powerhouse, which right now they have 3. It might just work,
Yeah, Lilia, Nor, Oriana as well in a team fight. All of them have quite a bit of AoE that can really mess up placeholder.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting to see. Especially if you got a 5-man Nor or a 5-man Shockwave, that's very scary.
Yeah, no, that will be painful if that ever happens.
On the other hand, there is of course the classic, there's a Sever comp, you group and you win.
True, although I am skeptical if Sever does have enough peel for her situation. That is gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to be getting into the game. Let's give it a small shot. Here we go. Yeah, it took a bit longer than expected to load. I apologize again. But we'll see how things go here, and which team can pull this off better.
Indeed.
If we take a quick look at the.
Oh, and we're into the game.
Yes,
guys.
we are. Now we immediately see that the chat's
Loading.
Behind this, not deep check timers in. There we go.
Okay, so McDonald's Freedom Fighters might actually be going for a invade.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see what happens here. Will they have Shen start E even?
Oh, I pray this Lilia doesn't walk into that bush because she is a dead deer.
Oh, there's the bubble hit. That will be first blood for placeholder. Very clean. Goes to the Trundle. We'll see if he can get on the map and make use of this now. You won't back before his first clear, so you won't have the gold in his pocket, in his inventory yet. It's currently just in his pocket.
Oh, and interesting, we have a Silver with a
tier start.
Tier start, yes.
Well, Nor getting an early ward there on the Raptors to get some information about Trundle in the near future. He did take a bit of poke, but I think he should be okay with that. Just look. Now, both junglers have started bot side, so it looks like they may be looking to path towards top. Maybe, I imagine McDonald's Stream Fighters will likely want to cover. The Nor's probably going to get a push in, as he'll have early priority on the Shen. This does leave their bot lane a bit exposed, but with Trundle heading top lane as well, they should be okay there, get the push going and everything.
I mean, to be completely honest, I don't expect either of the junglers to pull off successful ganks so soon.
Oh, that's
Okay.
a very good trade in the bot lane for placeholder, but
Yep.
Ignite going down very early there. They do lack damage with a tier Sivir though.
And the top lane is already struggling. Losing some CS.
Yeah, that's somewhat expected for Shen into Nor, obviously.
No, it's
Nor
truly
is
true.
Yeah, Nor is technically a ranged champion, so he will be able to get some early priority
It's
over
a
the
bully
melee champ.
lane. Let's just
Yeah.
be honest.
Yeah, I was trying to say it a bit nicer, but it's a bully lane. Shen's probably gonna have to just try and play a bit more defensive, scale up. But when you're a Shen, you're probably okay with that. Try and get your ultimate, get yourself out on the map a bit. We did see pings coming onto the Trundle there on the minimap. So it seems that he was spotted by McDonald's Freedom Fighter, so they know he's in the top lane area.
Indeed. And we see some trading in the mid lane, which honestly going into the advantage of the Orianna.
Yeah, it's quite a nice little trade here to start off. We see bot lane has kind of surprisingly
Even lane,
been
yes.
sort of even, yeah, but Kaden is starting to build a small CF's
Okay,
advantage.
and top.
Trundle's
Okay.
top, but not much comes of it.
Yeah.
Even the directed camera doesn't seem to really care.
Yeah. As said, like both Liliana and Trundle just take time to, you know, get some CS, and only then they can really pull off an effective gank.
However, that is still it doesn't hurt to show up in lane sometimes like that.
Yeah, no,
Just
it does.
relieve some pressure.
It does definitely help the Shen to try to push in, but he's not able to do it.
Yeah, right now that's a very awkward position for the wave top lane. We do see the Orianna is getting some nice trades in mid lane.
Oh, no, that's painful.
Yeah, she might. Meister Fluffy is lacking potions. She may be forced to back here already. And without TP, that could lead to a big advantage in mid of crewing there. So overall, yeah, as you kind of pointed out earlier, McDonald's Freedom Fighters do have the early game kind of on lock right now.
Exactly, yeah. I was expecting that, especially like looking at their playstyle. The question is, are they able to snowball that, or do they just fall behind, you know? Do they at least get Drakes?
Oh, we do see a gank here in mid lane.
And we have a gank in mid lane, which is...
This should force the flash, I think. Yeah, flash for flash, but Orianna just goes down.
And we get a first kill. Now that's well played.
Yeah, maybe holding on to the flash a bit too much there, but now we see bot lane, McDonald's Stream Fighters trying to answer back, get their first kill.
Yep.
The Karma Q misses, and they will get out of there. Placeholder staying alive. They have taken a lot of damage. They're limping, but they stay alive. Flash force top lane as well. McDonald's Stream Fighters are trying to bite back, but no kills yet.
No, it's interesting how they, as soon as the first kill falls into their distance, we can see both of the lanes trying to push to get an advantage, but it's just not enough.
Yeah, missing a little bit of damage there.
Yeah.
We do see in the mid lane though, the CS has now equalized somewhat. The Ori was able to get Lost Chapter as well off of that. The Trundle kill there was very big, especially as it did also burn the Orianna's flash. Which means a repeat gank may be possible, especially with Ori being level 6 now. And looks like Nor completed his first
just simply have to see what happens.
The Lilia just goes wide.
Yeah, I mean, we simply will have to see what...
Heartbound Axe as well there. Looks like he's going to be going for a Trinity Force.
Yeah, it does seem like it, yes. Which, I mean, as said, I think the top lane is going to try to push as well as play for Salane.
I'm go. Just so you know, I'm gonna quickly restart the stream on Discord because it seems to be lagging a bit.
Okay, welcome back.
Take this one? No, they won't. But there are. Let's be some damage. The Ori going in on the Orianna in the mid lane. Can she get the kill here?
I don't think so. I don't think it's. Although it's ticking, and Fluffy gets the kill.
Yeah, it's close. But that will be a solo kill for the Ori. So now, Placeholder actually getting ahead in the early game.
Indeed. Yep.
And it looks like they're looking for bot lane again. Can they land the bubble here? That'll be the big decider, but the Turtle Pillar comes out, the bubble hits.
Okay, and that will be a kill. And
yeah, that's another kill for the Turtle there.
I mean, surprisingly, Placeholder, despite having a really late game composition, is getting ahead.
Yeah, it's a bit surprising, honestly. The Trundle has put in some work in this game so far.
Yeah.
On the other hand, however, look at top lane. There's a 40 CS gap there.
True, but you know, Gnar is always been this pick that can do a lot of damage. The question is, can you time those ults perfectly? Can you be useful in a team fight? And that's a big if, in my opinion.
It's a big if, especially because of well, the Placeholder team comp is just very scary to get ahead. Oh, we just see that's Nami's just dead. That just kind of happened out of nowhere there. And yeah, that's something we do have to keep an eye on now. The Shen is, well, he's technically level 7 now, but the big thing is he has access to his ultimate Stand United.
Exactly.
Which, if there's a Gan coming in, please. Oh, that's a nice taunt.
Okay.
Well, it do.
That's a nice trade.
Chunks the Gnar up. The chunks the Gnar out a bit, but we see the Gnar is just. He has full control of this lane, to be honest.
Exactly. There is no question about it. But
the Gnar ult coming out.
The question is it gonna be enough? You know, is this Gnar gonna be able to snowball the game for the rest of the team while they are kind of slacking? I mean, they are 1k in.
Oh, that's
ahead,
a solo
and
kill.
That's another solo kill. But I think it's all relying on the Gnar, and the question is, can the Gnar provide the damage that and the CC that he is expected to do in team fights?
So something interesting to point out here as well, despite the kills being up for Placeholder, you'll notice that McDonald's Dream Fighters are actually up close to 2k gold.
Yep.
This comes off of the CS differences in the platings. And that's the big thing. Sometimes CS can just make the difference. For example, you can see Sever Kingdom both have 1 assist, but that 15 CS difference. Well, we'll get shortened a bit now, but that is almost a kill of CS there. While the Gnar with being 60 CS up, that's quite scary. Well, the King does get caught by a bubble there, but trades back and she is safe. The Ori's bot lane doesn't have ult. Can't get on the bot lane, sadly.
The other question is, how are the Drakes gonna pan out? Currently, Placeholder is taking the first Drake. And
do you think with their early game comp, McDonald's Dream Fighters should be focusing more on Drakes and getting them stacked for Soul?
To some extent, I feel like it, I mean, they are ahead in gold, which is
Oh,
a
the
good
Norse already.
sign. The
One late
question
time.
is,
Yeah, you can take your
it gonna
point.
be enough for the late game if they don't get any drakes? And that's what I'm worried about.
Lilia forced a flash there as well. Oh, this can be dangerous as well. We see the Nami ult coming out. The Orianna flashes. Does she get out of this? Ticking. The Ori flashes as well. I think the Orianna barely survives. Again, we see quite a few very low health survivals this game. And what? They are able to get the flash and some plating, but we see a top lane tower is nearly down. The Rift Herald was
And
used on
that
this
is
earlier.
gonna fall.
Yeah, I imagine within the next few waves it is going to go down. We see Trundle and Nami though moving up. Maybe they're thinking that the Nor will greed for this.
I mean, he might be greedy enough to stay, but in his mega state, it's just
That's a very nice dodge from him on the
yeah.
taunt and for the flash force
But they
map.
do get flash, so
Yeah, a bit of pressure relief top lane, which was needed. I do have to say, the Nami this game has been somewhat on point with her bubbles from what we've seen.
agreed.
Turret plating will soon fall.
And looking at bot lane overall, there is a 20 CS gap, which does hurt, but it's not that bad, really, looking at things overall.
I mean, it does hurt if the match suddenly explodes and we see McDonald's Freedom Fighters taking a 5-0 fight. But so far, I'm not that concerned about placeholders, simply because they do have better scaling. Again, so
Yeah,
the question is, can they pick up, can they stand up this pressure? And that's gonna be the question that I'm,
oh, we see
a
a
bit.
Lily ult actually coming out. Are they gonna...
Okay. And
Oh,
we have,
the Meganor just timed out as he jumped in. That is unfortunate timing, sadly. So if you're MFF pick up first brick now in the top lane. Oh, that's a fight in
we
the bot
have
lane.
another
There's
bite in
Trundle is
bot
there
lane.
as well. The pillar on the Karma. Bit of
we
split
have a
focus
Karma
means
flash.
they can't. Yeah, we see Karma flash. A bit of split focus there means they can't really pick up anything. They get the bubble there. Sadly won't lead to much, it's a bit more harassed there. The bot lane has been able to absorb pressure well from McDonald's Stream Fires. That's quite a few times. I think that's like the second or third time Trundle is here, and both times they were able to safely disengage without losing too much.
Yeah, I mean, the only sad news for Place 4 is that their jungler is the one getting kills, which I think in the long run isn't that useful. You would love it to see it on the Sivir.
Yeah,
But I mean, it is better than nothing, you know?
Yeah, I think everyone would rather have free kills on the jungler than free kills on the enemy at the end of the day.
Exactly.
We have yet to see us stand united. That is something to point out here. What? Well, actually, yeah, no, we haven't yet seen one. Although the Trundle is going in here.
He has
Is it going to be a fight,
This
though, is the
is
question?
too risky.
Yeah, the bot lane from MFF had full priority there. He was gonna get outnumbered very quickly. Oh, the Karma is caught here. She doesn't have flash. This should be a kill. It's picked up by the Sivir. There you go. You were asking for it.
Finally, we get a kill on the AD carry.
Yeah, we also see a trade in the mid lane. Shockwave came out, but the Spirit Dash does bring Ori to safety. It looks like the Lilia is just going to be using the Nor's massive advantage at this point, to be honest, to get something there.
They are getting the Herald in exchange, but I'm wondering if there's going to be a fight around the second Drake. Or
Yeah, it's coming up in 15 seconds, so maybe.
Exactly.
As things stand though, currently, the Nami is very low, but the Caitlyn just dropped massively low as well. So, will either team look to contest it immediately on spawn, or looks like they might wait a bit? neither team wants to go for it. We do see mid tower went down. That is 2 towers to 0 for McDonald's Freedom Fighters. Now, the question here is, do you think that Placeholder can just give up this Drake if need be?
I believe that they do outscale the other team. So, in my opinion, I wouldn't mind giving it up.
Oh, and
And they
Signal,
just got it.
Oh, we
and
see a
have
game
lost.
pause here. I think there might have been a disconnect with the Lilia, who's
Yeah.
just kind of standing there. Well, yeah, they just picked up the Chemtech Drake. I'm not quite sure what the soul is. I see that the HUD is a bit bugged. I will take a
Yeah.
look quickly right now if disabling and re-enabling it will fix it. No, it still shows it as Ocean Drake. If we look, I can't move the camera at the moment, but we will see in a few seconds what soul it is, which can change this game dramatically, to be honest. If it's something like a Cloud Drake, that could
That
be...
might not be enough, yes.
Yeah, and even if, for example... oh, we are back in the game, there we go. It's the Hex Gates activate! We have a Hex Tech Soul!
Okay, so that on one hand means that the placeholders get a good soul, but it also means that the McDonald's Freedom Fighters get a really nice way to snowball their lead even further with being able to move around the map way quicker.
Yeah, oh, but looks like game froze a bit there. I apologize, we are back as well. We are seeing now, interestingly, the Lilia went top lane, so it looks like they were trying to maybe do some, get the Shen there, as they felt they can really contest the Drake. And then Placeholder are 2-0 up in Drakes, despite having a scaling comp. This could be dangerous. Oh, we see a Nami ult coming out. There's the Trundle flank as well.
Okay, and that is
Cable is
actually a
just
nice pickup.
And the kill for Yori.
And
Karma is still alive. But for how long?
Oh,
Because
but
I don't think
she
she's
is-
living here for a long time. The Trundle will pick that one
she
up.
can send her goodbyes.
Yeah, the Trundle will pick that one up. I think you should have left it for Ori, personally, but I guess at the end of the day, not a huge problem. The Orianna going for the Ori here, but can she get her? Oh, that's a very
And
nice
she
flash,
gets
dodging
that.
the shockwave. Right now, again, the gold lead is there for McDonald's Freedom Fighters, but there is 2 Drakes for Placeholder, and of course, they are scaling up.
I just think that there's a lot of money in the top lane, and I don't think it's gonna be enough. To be completely honest, I don't think Gnar is enough of a side lane pressure to keep
Placeholder at bay.
placeholders. Yeah, exactly, to keep them on their toes. You know, as long as
Yeah.
they get this Drake, this game should be pretty much over, unless we see like a really... I mean, it's 2 Drakes away, yes, but if like unless we see, I don't know, a
Soul pickup or
yeah, or if we see a Nash 50-50, I don't think there is enough fuel in the tank for McDonald's Freedom Fighters to come back.
yeah, and I did bring up the gold. I'll bring it up again just for you, quick, in case you didn't see it. You do see that the Norris 3,700 gold ahead.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
if
I
you
know.
look at it, that is, as you said, pretty much all the lead for McDonald's Freedom
Exactly,
Fighters,
but it's
which
not-
might just go down here.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
there-
not.
he's dead.
It's simply not enough to win team fights, unless unless we have a really specific Gnar that can play around his ultimate form and stuff like that. It's just not enough, I don't think.
Yeah, and that is a 2 for 0. Nice pickup for Placeholder. It's just the Nor went down so quickly. That's pretty much all the lead McDonald's Freedom Fighters have just gone right there. And at that point, That's just even gold, I guess. Or well, somewhat even gold in the fight.
I mean, I still wouldn't be surprised if there's like a Nash steal or something that completely turns the game on its head. But at the moment, I think it's not in the bag yet. But space holders are having complete control of the game.
Yeah. Looking at it right now, McGall's Freedom Fighters, Caitlyn, Lily, and Narf can take down a Baron fairly quickly if they do decide to go for it. At least I'd say so.
Yeah, that would be another thing that I think maybe they can go for, like a sneaky Baron.
Yeah, the Dragon is coming in 35 seconds. Do you think maybe they say, oh, it's for Dragon, we don't need to fight over it, let's just go Baron, try to see if we can snowball off that? Or do you think they go for the contest on the Dragon and see if they can start getting some Drakes and the stats off them?
I mean, money-wise, they should try to contest it, because this is the moment where they can try to get picks, they can try to play off of their items. But unless they can really sneak a Baron, I do believe it's better to try to contest the Drake.
No, and looks like they are just going for it. However, look at the map. Placeholder are running over. And they do have... There's the Several going out. The Nor comes out, but doesn't really hit much.
Yeah, the question is, can Sivir survive? And she flashed out.
We see the Lily ult does come down. 3 people there getting zoned from McGall's Streamfire's south.
Oh, it's over. It's over. Sivir just died, and she just didn't... Yeah, no.
They just couldn't finish it off. There's the first Shen ult of the game, I think. The Ari trying to pick someone off. Does get a kill, but I think that'll be everything. That is a 3 for 2 in favor
but
of...
Ari, I think Ari does defend the Drake pickup. Is it worth? No, but is it better than nothing? Maybe, you know.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it is worth it for McDonald's Freedom Fighters overall. However, you can see there they aren't super ahead, despite there being a 6k gold lead. The fight was fairly even overall.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. Like, they are ahead, and the placeholders just have such a scaling comp that even the 6k damage, I mean the 6k gold doesn't... It's not enough, simply.
Yeah, and we did see that Shen and Orianna weren't there. Maybe the fight does go different if Orianna's there with her shockwave, but...
True.
At the end of the day, I think that all 3 Fighters can be satisfied with how that went overall. It is shown that they are still fairly strong and can win fights. But Placeholder were able to hold their own. The only concern with them a bit can be that I feel they might lack damage. Ari is... She does damage, but she's not a hyper damage late game source. Sever, of course, is the famous 500 CS win condition, but...
Truth be told, as long as the team can peel and try to buff Sivir, it's a clear win. Like,
yeah. If the Sever survives, I don't think Placeholder can lose, but that is a big if.
Yeah. But we did see a split of the team. Okay, we have a fight in the top lane.
The ult does get forced out. Will they be able to catch him here? I don't think Shen has taunt yet. Nice little bubble, but the Gnar did get out. We can see on the minimap. MFF are responding though with pressure in the mid lane. And Ari going in for a solo again. Very nice damage here, but the Seraphs gets popped.
Even if she does win, it's
Oh, that is very well played from the Orianna there.
Yep.
Very nice sidestepping, and in the end gets the kill in the solo in the bot lane. Oh, you see Trundle's trying to go in, but this is kind of why Trundle struggles a bit sometimes. The karma kiting was annoying. He is able to pick her off. And looks like that'll be everything in the mid lane. They see the Mega Gnar coming up, so they back off for safety. It feels like McDonald's Freedom Fighters finally are starting to push their advantage a bit.
Yep.
Can Orianna escape here? Looks like she will. The Gnar is actually here to help. Gets a nice little stun. Trundle doesn't have a lot of health left, but he's out of there. Shen will just be a sacrificial lamb. The Shen pick hasn't really worked out.
Yeah, no, as pointed out, it's not a bad pick. It's just like, you know, if the other team doesn't have tanks, then what are you doing?
Oh no,
you know?
I said Shen, not Trundle.
Oh,
sorry.
Sorry,
the Shen pick hasn't worked out this game so far. Hasn't really had an influence with his ult, and he is just very behind right now. Almost Flame Horizon by Donar.
I mean, yeah, but that's what I would expect of like top lane matchup. It's simply like Visor is one of the veterans, so it's like hard to counter pick him. It's hard to argue why you would even counter pick him when you know you're losing.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, but I am more like, as said in the drafting phase, unhappy with the Trundle pick because it just feels, yeah, it's not a bad pick in a vacuum, but there's no tanks on the other teams, so it's like, what do you ult, you know?
Yeah, I will say, Liaraf did perform very well on the Trundle in the early game, especially. Did actually get very nicely involved.
Yeah.
We see 9 kill participation out of 12 is very good.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah, it's I'm mostly just trying to point out it's mostly the pick for criticizing, not the actual play.
No, but like if you do go for like a team comp that it's supposed to scale and win into the late game, I think out of the whole comp, this Trundle does feel the most out of place.
Yeah, and we'll see if they maybe try and switch it a bit next game. We do see there will be a Dragon test. Orianna and Shen aren't here again. The Orianna just bullying top lane, pushing the Shen back, and some nice poke coming out from MFF here.
I mean, it makes sense because Orianna is the one with the...
Oh, that's a catch on the Trundle. He's just... Is he down? No, he lives barely.
Oh no,
he
does not.
Oh, and that's Nor going in. Maybe the wrong way to throw the Sivir, but they are able to back. We see placeholders back away.
Yeah.
Top lane inhibitor goes down in the meantime. The Orianna is just pressuring so much here. I don't think the Shen can stop her. Goes for a flash taunt. It did do okay damage. Sure, the shockwave comes out. Shen's just dead. Ahri comes in. She is able to clear wave, but the Nexus tower does go down.
Yeah,
and that will be Dragon as well, taken by McDonald's Freedom Fighters. Whew, that's a lot of damage on the fish there.
Yeah, no, it is falling apart a bit for placeholders, not gonna lie.
Yeah, McDonald's Freedom Fighters, now also on the Baron. They look like they will be able to take it. I think, yep, the Trundle just hex-gated the wolves.
Yeah.
Either they don't know what's going on, or they're just giving it.
Yeah.
And just like that, the lead balloons up to 10k in about, like a minute?
Yeah, that does hurt for placeholders.
I am looking around placeholder right now. I do kind of want to bring this up. The Ahri build feels a bit too low damage right now. It's the Banshee. Luna's the Shadow Flame is good. It's the Banshee's pickup I'm not sure about. There.
No,
what do you think?
It feels like Ahri is trying to accommodate for the mid game, you know, slide over to keep Sivir relevant.
Safer.
Yeah, until she gets like at least 3 items, but it's just like too slow. It's too slow, and the difference in top lane is just too big.
We do not. Yeah, looking at the ADC itemization. Oh, that's just a kill. That's a very nice pickup from Marsargo. We see the Stan United coming in bot lane. That is a very nice shockwave. Oh, Liara nearly goes down.
Do they get a kill? Oh no,
that might be a double kill for the Orianna. It will be.
Disaster.
Yeah, and the middle inhibitor is down. Disaster for placeholder, as you said.
Yeah.
This could be the game here, honestly.
Yeah,
the Orianna even
yeah.
TP's in mid. Nar trying to go in. Oh, that's a miss on the ult. If he hits the ult, I think that's the game. But now maybe placeholder gets something here. That's a kill in the server. That's a shutdown. There's not a lot of health on McDonald's Freedom Fighters right now. The Lilial trying to disengage a bit. Can the Sivir pick up the Orianna? No, she can. The Gnar does go down. It's just Lilia left in the base. The Orianna is running. She picks up the Sivir, but I think the Ori will be able to finish her off. There we go. They saved the game.
I mean, but at what a cost, you know?
Yeah, it's
What
not looking
is...
great. The Sivir is able to finish her Infinity Edge there. So that's at least something going for him there. New Sword Rod picked up by the Ori as well. So, double New Sword Rod actually.
To be honest, at this point, I would be like, okay, McDonald's Freedom Fighters are supposed to win, but if they're, like, because levels are so high, and that's a big if, but if placeholders get a big win, and they can get a match, I think this might swing the other way. That's the most positive I can be.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it could just come down to one big fight.
Exactly, yeah.
And if, as I'm saying that, we looks like we might be getting that fight. However, the Ori just gets chunked back by the Caitlyn. I think the Shen is just dead here. Yep, down he goes.
Yeah, that's a dead Shen.
I was about to say, if McDonald's Freedom Fighters overstep, that could just end the game, but it looks like it was a placeholder that overstepped here instead. The Orianna ult goes just wide. Placeholder, pull the trigger. There's the Sivir ult coming out. That's a kit. The Nami is down. Not a lot of we see the Sivir is putting in some work right now. But she does get stunned, and the game does just end.
The end of the game.
Yeah, that will be a victory in game 1 for McDonald's Freedom Fighters. The game was incredibly close for a large portion of that, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Held on incredibly well.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, they sadly weren't able to... Sadly, at one point, McDonald's Freedom Fighters just decided, it's kind of the end of the game.
No, I think it was also a difference in, like, what champions were supposed to carry, and I think Arya, while she did, like, I think the most damage in the game, she's just not, like, up to carrying the game. That's just not how Arya works. So, yeah. But again, I think it's gonna be a big matchup between mid and top, and I think that's what it turned out to be. You know, can the mid can the placeholders fluffy mid get enough of an advantage to carry the game into a scaling game, or is the Gnar from Visor strong enough to just snowball the game?
Well, I would say that Gnar, initially he did snowball, but wasn't able to bring the snowball to other places. But it was just it was at that second dragon where I think things just got out of control.
You know, it collapsed.
Yeah,
at that point, like, you could see that scaling against like a 5k lead is just not enough.
Yeah, and in that second Drake fight, I think the difference going into it was like 3 or 4k.
Yeah.
Coming out of it was like 10.
I mean, it just learns the lesson that, like, up to a certain point, there is a level when you can be like, okay, we can level, but above that point, it's like, no, it's, you know, the other team is just way stronger, and it's hard to do much besides waiting to die. Not to be like completely pessimistic, but like, yeah, if you go for a scaling comp, I feel like there is also right now with the current meta a clock ticking for you. You can just wait it out because games are usually shorter and there's bound to be one player on the other team that can do enough damage to carry the team.
Yeah, and what would you say would be the drop to adaptation if you're a placeholder here?
That's a difficult question. Um I would honestly say that especially like looking at mid lane, which played really well on their side. I think you maybe try to dedicate the more bans to the top lane. Try That's one way to look at it. Like maybe try to get him out of his comfort zone and hope that like top can't be the mid game leader that pushes you over that ledge that you need to go over with an early team comp. Um, the other way to look at it maybe is to look at bot or mid. I don't think jungle I don't think needs much adaptation, but yeah, either ban out top or play around mid and bot. That would be my take.
All right, and what would you say if McDonald's Stream Fighters need to change something? What would you say they need to change?
That's a good question. I think they need to change something about bot lane because it clearly didn't work. Like they were supposed to get a lead in bot lane, and it just wasn't enough. So maybe a different support would help it out. Something that's even more oppressive or more direct. That would be my call. But I don't know. I mean, what are your thoughts, Panda?
Um, hmm. Well, I would say that overall, I think that placeholder did fine in the early game. I think that their game plan was fine. I believe the part where it really fell apart was the top lane getting so behind.
Yeah.
I don't want to really be, harping on it too much, of course, but you kind of have to say it sometimes, right?
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah, and they never got they just never got the Shen out there on the map. He was always top lane. We saw, what was it, like 25 minutes or something was the
Yeah,
first Stand United use.
that's actually a good take, to be honest. Like, cause it just wasn't useful. So maybe it's a better choice to, I don't know, get a passive top laner that can just survive the lane and not give away too much resources. Although, like, it can't help the bot lane. Uh,
Yeah,
but I think the main, I don't know, in my opinion, like seeing how ahead Fluffy in the mid lane for placeholders got, I think it's just I mean it's hard since players have their own champion pools and stuff like that, but getting her on something that can swerve the team fights as well as like the whole game into their advantage more would be more successful because area, yeah, she can get kills in the mid lane, but obviously that wasn't enough. So I'm wondering if they can pick something for the mid lane that would be more useful either for the side lanes or to put the carry role on her. But we'll see what comes up for the next game.
something I would actually like to see is maybe a placeholder could try and go for a bit more of an early game focus, jungle and top. Try and maybe shut down the MFF top laner, and then basically go off that. Or of course, potentially they can just, as I think you said, leave him on an island, just full focus bottom mid, snowball it.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. I just don't know if Visor is able to be banned out, first of all, and second of all, if um, a gank or two are gonna be enough to slow him down.
That's also very true.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if in that case the jungler is just wasting their time, or you know, is it more worth to play around mid lane and get some sort of a carry on mid lane?
I did something else. I actually, so we do have the information right now for you as well as our viewers. It looks like that MFF will be on red side and placeholder will be on blue side. Do you think they try and get placeholder tries to get the fresh?
I don't think that's the right call. I think it's better to get a winning bot lane, such as maybe Draven, Samira, or Zaya, and get a bot lane that isn't constantly pushed in, or
So,
potentially get a mid pick that can carry the game, which I don't know what that would be, but yeah, that would be my theory crafting, I guess.
there is, of course, always the potential you can have with Fresh can play both as an all-in or as a peeler. So maybe they try and go something like Draven Fresh or try and go Zaya Fresh, but that does run the risk of something long range, like we saw Caitlyn Karma coming out.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's not a bad lane, especially like with Samira or Draven. But as soon as like you get countered with I don't know, Ash or Karma, it's just I don't think it's worth it to put it into the first pick.
Yeah.
I would much prefer like first pick being an ADC and then letting the other team pick out supports to see what you're playing against.
So it'll be interesting to see what they go priority wise.
Exactly.
Game one was Caitlyn, so maybe Caitlyn I think right now is the strongest ADC, so I think they would go I think it would be smart to just go it.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they keep it the same way. The only problem is they don't have the first pick now, so the placeholders can definitely steal that away from them. Question is, do they play it? Are they comfortable on it, and do they know what to pair it up with to get an oppressive bot lane?
Oh, it seems like we have technical difficulties. One moment. We are in pick and ban. It's just not showing up for some reason. I'm just quickly going to see if we can fix this. It should be fine in a moment. Let's see. Yep, it is on the stream now as well. Apologies about that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at the first few bans. Immediately, Vex removed again.
Oh, and there is the
Caitlyn ban.
Caitlyn ban. Exactly.
Yeah, we saw them. We saw how effective Caitlyn can be. In the late game, I think she just one-shot people once or twice. Oh, there's
Yeah.
the fresh ban from placeholder, actually.
Okay.
Now, I'm not sure if this is just because of for pick order, or if this is because they are actually swapping roles. I believe they might be swapping. You see, Click My Lantern, he was Sport Game 1. He is down the top lane, and Ato Octum, or however you pronounce that, is now in the support role. There's the Amumu lock-in.
And that's probably an Amumu jungle.
We did talk about earlier, people here do like Amumu, in the jungle especially. It is a very strong pick when it comes to team fighting, but it can struggle a bit early game. Do you think this is a mistake from placeholder, as they're going for scaling again, it seems?
Yeah, against Wukong, it's gonna struggle. Yes. The question is, I don't know. It's a bit of like what is on their mind. Do they think that like scaling comp is still viable, or should they play for something, or at least some champions and some lanes that do win early?
We see Nautilus lock in,
Yeah.
so I don't think McDonald's Freedom Fighters are hiding their game plan right now.
Oh, but we might see a Gnar, and it is a Gnar stolen off.
Yeah, it looks like a placeholder looking for team fighting. Two big AoEs with Nora and Amumu.
Yeah, I mean, so far they do have like a pretty big mega ult.
Oh, we might be getting
okay.
Curse of the Sad Bullet time. No, wait. A Pantheon lock-in would be interesting here. No, they are just going for Misfortune. Curse of the Sad Bullet time coming in.
Don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a Misfortune going into support lane or bot lane, either way. So it's a bit of a but we got the Draven, so
yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah,
the Draven Nautilus is kind of scary together. That's a lot of all-in power already taken away. They want to remove the safe mid laners.
Yep.
So something I'm actually looking at right now for placeholder. Do you think they take away the Orianna?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, never mind. They are just banning her, actually. Maybe they don't. It looks like they probably don't want McDonald's Freedom Fighters picking it then. What will we see in the final ban for McDonald's Freedom Fighters? They might target mid lane again, I think. Yep, there's a Nivea. Another control mage taken off the field.
Yeah.
Now the question is, what will placeholder ban here? Do they try and pitch the mid lane pool a bit more? What would you be looking at potentially here? Maybe top lane you mentioned earlier? You might want to try and weaken that a bit?
I wouldn't be surprised if McDonald's Freedom Fighters just leave out top lane as the last pick. And in regard to placeholders, that Misfortune, I'm still not sure if that's going into the bot lane.
It would be a very risky support pick, in my opinion, especially against Nautilus Draven.
I mean,
Akali coming in for the mid lane.
Okay, now that's scary. That is scary.
Very slippery champion, good damage. If you can play her, however. That is an asterisk that Akali has attached to her. Oh, that's interesting. Is that a Pantheon? Where do you think the Pantheon is going?
That's the question. Like, I think it's still all open. Like, you can have Misfortune, ADC support, or Pantheon.
Pantheon is theoretically a 4-way flex.
Exactly, it could be support. And that is.
Things just got very interesting with these last two picks.
They are going all in.
Yeah, things just got very interesting with these last two picks, ladies and gentlemen. Aurelion Sol. This is reworked Aurelion Sol, ladies and gentlemen. The Yasuo final pick. I think that, it looks like that will be in the top lane. He is a very good counter to Gnar. And he can really mess him up. But the thing I want to focus on right now, as I meant, because I'm really excited, Aurelion Soul picked. That is the first pick of the Sunday Cup,
Yep.
obviously, and it's in mid. Let's see
Yeah.
how they can do.
I mean, I'm more excited about bot, seeing if Pantheon does work against Nautilus and Draven, and if they can pull that off. You know, be
Pantheon
safe.
support was very strong for a long time.
Exactly, and especially like being safe from like first picks or first kills. If they can survive that, then I can see it making sense. But now both teams are definitely drafting to try to win the early game.
Honestly, I was expecting a placeholder to try to go with a more defensive support, survive the early game against Draven Nautilus, but
Yeah.
Pantheon, if he goes press the attack and W, that is a lot of damage in an all-in.
On the other hand, if McDonald's Freedom Fighters don't, snowball their lead, they do have a pretty bad AP damage, as well as like Akali kind of getting, maybe countered by a Mumu ult, as well as like the whole combo of a Mumu Misfortune. I think this game is just gonna be explosive no matter what. Like, I think we're gonna have a great second game. Doesn't matter who wins. I would love a third game, but this one I'm just I'll just wait and watch what happens.
Honestly, look at it right now. Team fights will also be very interesting. You've got Noramumu Misfortune on one side. That is a lot of AoE damage. It can just melt through a team if they landed. However, as a counter, you have Yasuo with a Wukong AoE knockup, as well as a Nautilus knockup. And of course, you've got Draven, he's very high damage, and Akali just being able to dive about 3 screens away if she wants to.
Yeah, no, yeah, it said like they're both like pretty early game draft. So I'm, either one of the teams snowballs, or we see a complete fiesta. That's my take on it.
Yeah. Honestly, I know I've harped on it, but I just want to say again, Aurelion Sol. I hope we get to see the big ult. The special one you get where it blows up half the map.
A big entrance of the new champion. That would be cool to see.
Yeah. What's quite funny about that one is it actually does equal damage to pretty much everyone around. So if you can theoretically just ult in mid lane, and it goes like I think all the way to like Baron and Dragon Pit. A bit further than them even. So
yeah, that's as long as Draven doesn't get ahead, that's the only issue that I have. And
with Amumu Nor, that's gonna be a lot of damage coming in. There's gonna be a lot of AoE that'll set up the big meteor comet, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I know it's hard to contain the excitement for this, but we'll see.
We definitely have two very interesting and original drafts that are playing around. I think fairly certainly about early game, and let's just see, Clash of the Titans.
So what would you just so I get you here as we're heading game? What is your prediction?
Oh man,
I'm gonna have to press you for this. I'm sorry, but what are you saying?
No, it's fair enough.
Are we gonna see a third game, or will it be a 2-0?
I am hoping for a third game, but I'm also really scared about that Draven. Like, if that Draven can keep can pick up an early kill, it's kind of over, to be completely honest. And especially like the Draven being paired up with Nautilus, that's a scary lane to play into.
We had some technical difficulties there with the game
Ah.
freezing, but I think we're okay now. Just quickly, I had to fix one or two things. We are properly in game now,
Hey,
and let's see how this goes.
there are no invades, so it's a standard game. It's a second game, and everyone's on their toes.
Yeah, and looking at it right now, pretty standard itemization. Although there's one that stands out to me, and that is the tier misfortune. In a lane like this, I feel like that is a mistake. Not having any real AD and the bonus no health from the items.
To be fair to them, I think they're planning on just trying to poke the other lane out, and I don't think their plan is to get into any fights. So poke the other lane out, play safe as you can, and at some point you get a gank maybe, but anything is better than giving Ravens stacks and kills, and in that sense I do understand the tier pick.
Yeah, maybe I might even try something like have misfortune the mana Firma farm and then absolutely.
I mean, I guess the plan is to go for the wombo combo with the Anunu, Nar, and Misfortune. Is it gonna work out? I don't know, honestly, but at this point, why not? It's the second game, you lost the first game, might as well like try to steal the champions, and we have some action in the bot lane.
Yeah, a bit of action there, but doesn't really lead to much.
Yeah.
Mid lane is mostly just farm right now. The Aurelian Soul is trading onto Akali. Let's get some damage. We see a gank down the top lane.
And that's what we talked about,
Yeah. Will they be able to pick up the kill off of this?
I don't think so. Maybe. Oh, that's a kill. That's a. Yeah.
He's still alive, but it shouldn't be long. There we go. Yeah. First blood for placeholder. Hey. And it's the second first blood picked up for them, actually, funny enough. Although, a solo kill in the mid lane.
Returned right away.
Yeah, New Aurelian Soul, I got very excited for him, as you can tell. But his laning phase isn't the best. He needs time, he needs patience, needs a little bit of work to get items scale and that, but...
Yeah, I mean, I do have a feeling that the placeholders just have a sweet spot for, trying to not have... Yeah, exactly, like not have their team come completely behind on early game and try to have at least one champ that can scale, so maybe that's the plan.
That's a nice little hook, but not.
That's not gonna bring anything.
Yeah, the bot lane we do see them trading a lot, but I'm not gonna lead to much for most of this. However, despite the solo kill mid lane though, we see Aurelian Soul does have a slight CS advantage. And it's actually the same in top lane. Despite the kill, we see Visor with Yasuo has a slight advantage.
Yeah, I mean, Visor is just like honestly a good player. And in mid, I think the main reason for the advantage is simply a range champion against a melee champion. I don't think Akali can really get a CS advantage up till maybe level 4 or 5. And but that's that's me talking about stuff while not knowing what the new champion can actually do. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt.
Oh, Kali's going in as well, but gets baited by the exhaust. Very nicely done there. Oh, but that is a
But
very
she
nice
is
escape.
out.
Had to burn the flash. That was very nicely played, I'd say, actually, from a placeholder. Nearly worked out. Lacked a bit of damage, but very nice play. She
Yeah,
will
but
now
we-
also
we-
miss another full wave, basically.
But we did talk about like junglers, like both being fans of Amumu, and the question of do they leave it open or not, and we can see the effect already showing for placeholders. I mean, the Amumu was already able to try to gank top, which was successful, as well as trying to top gank mid, which didn't work out, but now he's also...
Okay, we're just something bot lane, but I think they spotted him.
Yeah. But at least, like, you know, he's covering his lane against the Draven, which is very impressive.
Yeah, we talked about it in the last game, but sometimes it's nice for jungler to just show up somewhere to get rid of some pressure.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I
speaking
think
of a jungler showing up,
Okay.
the Wukong is behind them. Will they actually? They might try and go for a dive,
No,
but
no,
Wukong's
no,
like
no.
Z. That's another ult coming out top lane. This is a very nice trick. Oh, that's a miss on the knockup. The Akali's coming up though, and I think he knows. Yeah, he knows. He had to back off there. A nice hook on the Pantheon. The Pantheon, he blocks all damage, but will be enough.
Pantheon is actually working out, to be honest.
Yeah, but oof, that was very
I mean,
close.
it's still a loss, but it's like better than like giving Draven his stacks, you know?
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice slow on the E. The Amumu's down here again. Can they pick up the Draven here? That's a nice stun. Oh, he gets a kill back. That is a cash out, which is big. The Null is going in to try and pick off the Misfortune.
That is unlucky.
Very low health.
It is, yeah, it is a 2-for-1, but
It's actually just a 1-for-1. The Null.
Oh, sorry, I am behind. Okay, that's my bad.
Yeah, Null manages to get out of it. Yeah, I think our stream is like a second behind here from the actual game, but we should be okay.
Yeah, that's kind of unlucky for placement holders.
Placeholders, not placement holders.
Placeholders, I'm sorry. Especially like since Draven got the kills, but so far I am, you know, compared to their first game and their previous early game, they are doing some stuff.
Yeah. Looking at CS numbers a bit again, roughly the same everywhere.
Yeah.
There's small advantage in top lane for the Yasuo, and the advantage in bot lane for Draven, but
yeah,
this is mostly expected. Not really anything shocking.
Oh, I think the main.
Not going in here again.
Okay, let's see. No,
can he get him? No, just barely off. The Akali is bullying the Cerulean Soul right now.
Yeah.
The evil miss. Despite all this pressure from the Akali, the Cerulean Soul's been able to keep up in CS, which is good.
Yeah, exactly. Like it doesn't feel like they're losing. It feels like, especially like with the.
Oh, that's the Yasuo. And the
that.
Wukong here. That should be a kill, and it will be on.
As soon as I mention it, they die. Oh my god.
Yeah. Caster curse.
Yeah, but like beside that, it does feel like the placeholders, they can like take game into their hands and they can have some certain control of the game. I think that's the main difference from the last game.
Yeah, and we see a Nautilus. Sorry,
Oh,
Nautilus look missing.
and that
Nautilus
might be
also
kill,
drops the
that might
Misfortune,
be
which
kill.
I think saves the Draven. Can they still pick something?
Oh,
They do,
it's
but
still a
trade
kill.
back.
Okay, but Draven didn't get the stack, so that's fine.
Yeah, looks like they are able to keep things under wraps.
You know, it's usually like a difference of control of the game. It like the last game, it felt like um, McDonald's Freedom Fighters were just like controlling the whole map, and the other team couldn't do much about it. And now it feels like they are kind of answering it.
Yeah, we've seen all us trying to go for a kill there on the Pantheon, but isn't able to pull off.
Yeah.
Lucky at bot lane though, because of Draven's cash in the CS advantage, he already has Mythic going for a shield bow.
Yeah, no, that is gonna be painful.
Oh, very painful. The Yasuo trying to see if he can train Nor a bit, but doesn't seem to be working yet. The Nor ult misses. This could be a very big opportunity right now for Yasuo.
So sad.
Oh yeah, there's the Yasuo ult coming out. Can the Nor survive this is the question. He does flash, sidesteps the tornado, is able to live.
Barely.
Yeah, it's very close.
Oh, we also have a switch between support and top lane.
Yeah, I'm interested in champion select. The placeholder tried to look like they tried to do it for something with their strategy maybe, or they felt that Click My Lantern could maybe perform a bit better. We do see a fight in the mid. Is the Akali gonna live? The Mumu ult is late and misses, as is the Aurelion Soul ult. Wukong ult used there just to disengage a bit.
Oh.
That's kind of tragic. But...
No. Okay, anyway, sorry, just I'm reading through the comments. Anyway, you can quickly click on the 8.
Ah, they're still fall.
Can you quickly click on the Aurelion Soul just to see how many stacks he has?
Yes, I can. He is currently, where is this list? He's on 66 Stardust stacks currently.
Okay,
that should pop on stream soon. I believe he's 120 for his big ult. We see another fight in the bot lane. I think this time it's just death for the placeholder bot lane. The kill does go to Nautilus though, so no big cash in. Oh, that's a nice trade in the top lane. I think that might be a kill for the Nor. No, that misses. The Pantheon ult comes in.
Oh, that's unlucky.
Yeah, he's not able to get the kill. Aurelion Soul also sliding in, but isn't able to do much to Akali. Oh, that's a nice cue from the Amumu. He goes in there and is able to pick him up.
Okay, and we got the Amumu kill.
Yeah. Then we see Akali trying to go for Aurelion Soul, isn't able to pick it up.
I mean, to be honest, this top matchup is working out for placeholders. They did get a good grip on it, and it's working out.
Yeah, it's going fairly okay. Now the question is though, can they stop it from collapsing like it did last game?
Yeah, that's the question. I mean, honestly, I asked for a better mid carry. I'm not sure about Aurelion Soul.
Oh, that's the Yasuo ult, and that's just a kill on the Nor.
No.
Yeah, it's it's starting to show why Yasuo does count.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah. 1 second, we're having. There we go. We're back. We didn't. We're starting to see the Yasuo showing why the counter to North.
Yeah, but the question that remains is, can Aurelion Soul scale better than Ari? And can we get a big wombo combo with Amumu, Misfortune, and Gnar. That could turn a game around, you know.
I think that in about 3 minutes the dragon is coming up. We might see something then. But I don't imagine we'll see a big
true.
5v5 beforehand.
No.
Ooh, that's a nice little tornado. Nice little trade there again from the Yasuo on the Nord, but he sees the Amumu top lane. He knows he has to back off. The Draven might be starting to become a concern here. 46 CS up. He is 1 in 3, however. That's they are trying to trade. Nice E from the Pantheon, keeps himself alive and not chunked much.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the CS differences, there are some forming, but they're minor. There's a 13 gap in jungle and a 7 gap top lane, but the big one is the bot lane one currently still.
Yeah, I'll just not comment on that.
It's not pretty. I do believe that indicator does show that Aurelion Sol does have this big ultimate available. And if it comes down to it, as we're saying about fights, that's a bot lane fight. The Amumu comes in. I think the ult did catch the Draven there. Bullet time comes across. They're able to pick up the Draven.
You know what? That was not a bad...
Is there another Amumu Q coming in? It does. I was actually a shutdown on Bloodless. Because he's been picking up quite a few kills in the bot lane. Once again, I have to say, Leoraf performing very well.
Yeah, no, we see the combo wombo working.
It'll be interesting to see how it works the team fight. Oh, the Amumu finds the Akali. Force a flash, very nice.
The question is it enough? Is this draft enough to win a team fight and win an objective? And it doesn't seem like it. I mean, they have a Drake, they are getting... Oh,
I believe that did go to
Fury Fighters. No.
The Amumu not in this happy place right now. Does just get shut down. The Pantheon ult coming in, actually. This might be bad, but that's a huge Aurelion Sol ult. No follow-up, though, is the issue.
No, that's
He's still alive, but yeah, that's not good.
Sad.
Yeah, with that, we might see quite a big snowball coming in from McDonald's Freedom Fighters. They did pick up the Herald. Dragon is up in 18. And, well, this is a bot lane tower.
Yep.
That was very... I can see what placeholder we're going for, but I feel it was just a bit too disjointed. Like, you saw Mumu went in, he just died, then Pantheon is in there, then Aurelion Sol.
Yeah, there's just not enough backup as well as like coordination to like do it at the same time.
Yeah, I wonder how it would have been if they had been there sooner. Nautilus is top lane. Ults the Gnar. I think he's trying to keep him here until Yasuo can show up to help. He's doing a good... The Gnar's doing a job of running, but can he get out? He does, actually. Oh, Nautilus still looking, but I don't think it'll lead to anything. In response, though, it looks like placeholder will be able to pick up the dragon. It will be an Ocean Drake. Yep, there it is, the Ocean Drake coming out for placeholder. Nice bit of damage on the Akali from Aurelion Sol again. You can see the rework, the Aurelion Sol does quite a bit of damage, as you can see there.
Yeah, even being like 0-2, it does make a really big change. On the other hand, I think the main difference is the placeholders.
Oh, that's a Gnar that
being
there.
On. Yeah.
Oh, Yasuo has made some friends.
Can they get it? Can they get it?
No.
And they get it.
Yeah, he did well to survive as long as he did, but
yeah. No, but it feels like the main difference. Yeah, and it feels like the main difference is the the placeholders jungle being on a comfort pick, such as like Amumu, because he's been influencing the game so much so far. It's insane. Like he's been all over the map.
Lord. That was a lot of damage on that second ult I had not expected.
Okay.
Nard just going in on the Wukong. That's versus ult out actually, that's quite nice.
Yep.
And for those of you who didn't see or might not have noticed, it is a Hextech Drake again. For the Soul. So, which team do you think prefers this Soul?
Which was it? Hextech?
Yeah, Hextech Soul. I think Aurelian Soul actually picked that one up. Nice Soul to disengage. Sorry for interrupting you.
I mean, I think it again. I think again it does. It does prefer the team that is ahead, just goal wise. But on the other hand, with the proactivity of the Mumu.
Oh, speaking of Mumu proactivity?
Yeah, exactly. Like you can see this.
He's dead though.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's just dead. The Akali gets out. Can they catch her? They might be able to. The Exhaust comes out.
Come on.
She does die.
Okay.
And that's a big shutdown to the north. However, the Yasuo's gonna get a lot of gold in top lane. We see the gold lead now. It's up to about 5k. That's quite a bit again.
Yeah.
6-1-0 Akali. Looks like the Akali pick is working out so far.
Yep.
Can she snowball it?
Yeah, that's the main question.
Yeah, it's, the Yasuo pick, despite the fact he has 1 in 3, I feel he's put a ton of pressure on the top lane.
It definitely does put a lot of pressure on the side lane, but it just doesn't feel like he does a lot of damage on champions.
I think my concern right now, honestly, with Yasuo is that even with shield bow, I feel like he might just press R in a fight and explode.
Oh,
the Amumu though getting caught again.
Oh no.
That was a nice little ultimate combo there, but not enough damage there.
Not enough.
Yeah, they're able to pick out a nice hook there. Does get the last breath. And the Akali top lane, just picks up the bar. Things are once again falling apart, sadly, for placeholder.
Yeah, that should be just a free Nash, sadly.
Yeah, it's I'd like to say that it's going well for placeholder, but I feel like very similar to the previous game, it's about the point where things just kind of collapse for them.
Yeah, exactly. It does feel like they did think out their bans and picks way more than the first game. They adapted really well, but at some point it just it's not enough, I guess.
Yeah, it's they survived the early game well. It seems like there's a bit of an issue with their synergy in the mid game and trying to maybe look for fights you shouldn't be looking for.
Yeah, it just like took sadly, but hats off to Amumu. Like he did a lot of heavy lifting, to be completely honest.
Yeah, that's a great performance from him. He really was active on the map. The Aurelian Soul does still do okay damage, if you saw there. He did shove the Yasuo bit. Oh, that's actually a Mumu coming in. That's a knock-up from the Wukong. Bullet time on top of the Curse's Sad Mummy. That will be a 2-0 double kill for Misfortune. Aurelian Soul goes down. Can they get... The Mumu Q lands on the Draven. Can he finish him off, though?
Can they get
it?
They
will.
Oh
that's
my
a triple
god.
Kill. Quadra kill? No, it'll go to... The kill goes to Mumu, but that is huge.
They can get a Drake, though. Do they go for it? No.
I think they need to stop. I think they just need to stop Akali first, and then they should get to.
Yeah.
Akali though is just going for the Amumu right now. Misfortune completes the recall. I think she knows if she stays, she's dead. The Akali misses her ult, lands her E. Can placeholder snowball this into a dragon?
I mean, still a 7k advantage, so, you know,
Blue team's turret
Yeah,
a
but
bit tough to play, but honestly, that was a good play. Like, if anytime, then now.
it also did get rid of 4 Baron buffs. Sadly, it looks like
Sure.
they won't be able to pick up the dragon, and we'll just go over to McDonald's Freedom Fighters. But a big fight from Placeholder, and I think this is the thing you mentioned with all their AoEs, how strong it is in a team fight.
Yeah.
Oh wait, actually, the Amumu going in. Can he steal? He steals it!
Oh my god,
And that is an objective body as well.
that
You will die
is
for this, but it's
insane.
worth it, I think.
Yeah, no, that's like, as long as they can defend, and they can defend because they killed all of the.
There's no Baron left on the Kali, I should point out, but there's,
Okay,
I believe,
but
30 seconds
I
left
don't
or so.
think that's enough.
Yeah. Currently, this is the last tower outside of Placeholder's base.
I just don't believe
So-
that's enough to end the game.
Oh, that's an Aurelion
It's
solo,
my-
and oh
Well,
boy,
they-
that's a lot of damage. That
Okay.
windwall was
that's ugly.
massive.
That's ugly. Okay.
However, the Nor on the back,
Hey.
they are cleaning this up again. Oh, the Akali solo health, I think she will live. As will the Wukong.
have the
Pantheon
Pantheon
ulting
ult.
actually for the Akali. Can you pick her up? No, she
Oh,
skates with
but
the Hex
she
Gate.
hex off. Yeah.
So we do see the turret go down in the mid lane. MFF do manage to take it, but Placeholder
I mean,
again.
but
Huge
that's-
fight. They're able to get a tower and objective bounty.
Exactly. So you know, at this point, I feel it could swing either way. To be completely honest.
Yeah, look at the gold lead as well. It was, I believe, 7k
Yeah.
when the McDonald's Stream Fighters took the Baron, and it's now just under 6k.
Yeah, it is down to 6k, but you know, we were just proven that a big misfortune, misfortune Amumu and yeah, and our ult can change the game around. So
I
I'm
do
not-
have to call out though. In that last fight, if you noticed, so much of Misfortune's ult just got blocked by Windwall.
I know, but that just proves the point. You know, even she doesn't hit her ult, it's enough damage to and enough CC to get their team ahead. So yeah,
It's
I
gonna
mean-
be interesting.
yeah, definitely. I mean, McDonald's Freedom Fighters are still definitely ahead, and they should be winning if they're played safely. But if another team fight breaks out where placeholders can get a
Oh,
clear
that-
advantage
Akali
like
that is
this,
oh, they actually catch the Akali. She is forced sold out, and Zonya's there.
Yes.
That's a
Yeah.
catch on the Draven. Draven's down. Akali does
Oh
have
my
long health
God.
left right now. The Nor ult sadly misses for them. The stun hits. I
Come
think
on.
she might go down here.
and there's a flash.
One more auto. She's down.
Oh wow!
Finally, they catch the slippery Akali, and a big shutdown goes to the Nor. Placeholder are not going down
Yeah,
quietly.
exactly.
It's again though. They're trying to go for the tower mid lane, get a push, and they just get caught. God, as you said, the AOE is just crazy.
You know, bearing down the mid lane is just, you know, not a good enough strategy against such a team that can have such a wombo combo. You have to, I think, have to play more slowly or methodically. Like either you go for the soul or the Nash, and that's the best way to get the advantage that you need to push out.
Yeah, as things stand, there's a minute until Dragon, and I think if Placeholder can win a fight at Dragon and take it, I think they are in control of this game.
Yeah, I mean,
It would be
especially
3
if they-
Dragons 2-1, as well as I think it would. roughly
The only
have to go.
question is, do they go for okay? We have a fight.
Muumu's just kind of going here.
Oh, no.
Oh, that is
If-
huge!
oh,
The Draven
that
just
is
deleted!
Okay.
This kind of what I'm ever rolling in Soul's damage. The TP comes in
Oh,
from
and
Akali,
the
but
TP
she
is
knows
too
she
late.
can't do much here. Oh, that's a nice the Dragon's Breath hits her, slows her a bit, but I don't think they'll be able to catch her. Flash Q hits from the Amumu. Wukong and Yasuo on the back. They need to be careful. Need to be a bit careful here. The Akali picks up a huge shutdown misfortune. This could be really bad for placeholder right now. Oh, Norris here.
I mean, this fight could go either way.
Comes out, but he's exhausted.
Oh my god!
Big. Akali forced his eye as Akali goes down. It's all on Yasuo right now.
That should be an Ashe. That should be an Ashe.
It should be.
Even if they can't kill him, that should be an Ashe.
The Amumu Q hits. I think Yasuo is down here as well. That is very big for placeholder.
Wow.
I honestly, even though technically they didn't get the drink, I think it is safe to say placeholder might be in control of this game right now.
No, it's just yeah. They are definitely in the
Draven ult comes out. Oh, he actually steals it!
Oh no!
Oh, that is heartbreaking.
Oh my god.
That is heartbreaking for a placeholder. I think they also get the dragon here, McDonald's Freedom Fighters. Or does the Mumu pull off another steal? Can he get there in time?
They can. They don't have damage. It's just leave it.
Amumu's not moving towards it. Do they know? I don't think they realize they're doing it. Can he get there in time?
No, it's
no,
too
he
late.
doesn't.
It's too late. It's too late.
Oh, that is heartbreaking
but that
for
is,
placeholder.
yes, that is so sad.
Oh, we see the Aurelius solo ult comes out. It does hit.
Oh, now they're angry. They are angry.
That's a huge Amumu ult.
Do they win this?
Wukong and Akali are in the backline.
Okay.
Out. That could be bad. But can they win the fight here? The Aurelius Soul Dragon Breath is still flying. The Norse here, he's not. Can he hit Mega? He does! Gets a nice ult and stun, but it won't matter.
It's lost.
Oh,
I am so sorry, but this is too much. Too much at one point.
Oof. That was very close again. I don't think they can finish here. It'll be close.
It's really close, but I think they got it. Especially with like the Nautilus.
12 on Misfortune, 20 on Amumu, 15-ish on Pantheon. I think
the only problem is the buff, and it might just be enough.
Well, we're about to see. As we can the placeholder hold the line again? Misfortune comes out just to clear the minions.
Oh, and they back off.
Yeah, I think that's the smart call here.
Yeah.
Don't risk it. Just back off. You've still got Baron. Clear out the jungle. Remove as many resources on the map as you can.
No, fair enough, to be honest. You know, just play it safe. Why not?
Yeah, they can probably pick up a few more items as well.
Exactly. You know, don't risk it if you don't have to.
Yeah, that Baron steal may be the play of the series.
That was a game changer. Like if that fell into the placeholder hands, that would have been, I think, not the end of the game, but like it would have swung the lead like really far into their direction. But currently, it's I mean, one side, like money-wise, it's a disaster. Otherwise, also like mentally, it's just, you know, when that happens, I think like you have to have a really tight-packed team to be like, okay, we can still win. We can play against this, you know?
Yeah, at the end of the day, we've seen that they've been able to win team fights while behind.
Exactly.
Comp is just better at, well, team fighting. If they get a big combo again, then I guess
I'm not.
Oh, that's a big catch on the Draven.
Oh
nice Amumu ult there. No one can really stop him. He goes in.
Okay.
That's a huge Aurelian Soul ult as well. They are just again. This was a 4v5.
And that's what we just pointed out. You know, if they can get a...
That's the team wipe, 5 for nothing in a 4v5.
Yeah.
Misfortune was top lane the whole time.
Oh my god. No, this is gonna be an exciting game. Like, doesn't matter if you go to the third game, this is an exciting game.
Oh yeah. At this point, McDonald's Freedom Fighters might be wondering, how do we finish this? How do we get through them?
And on the other hand, I'm like excited that like placeholders weren't like, okay, we lost the Nash Baron, that's it, just happens, but give it up. No, they're playing still, and they just went for that play, which was insane.
Yeah, it's a lot of teams, like you said, a lot of teams' heads would drop. So props to whoever's the leader of placeholders, keeping that team together. And
and just like the
or just the whole
mental,
team.
it's just the mental to be like, hey, we just lost Nash Baron, but it's not the game over yet. Like, this is an insane game.
Dragon coming up in 35 seconds. Is this going to be the final fight? The Amumu in trouble here. Is he caught out? He's flashing away. They can't. I think that placeholder might just have to give this one. The Akali's here trying to look for something. The Amumu's in trouble. He does turn ult. Very nice. The Akali doesn't have a lot of health left right now. Can't land the Q. She's forced to ult out. The Pantheon ult is coming in as well. Amumu is down, but the Akali has no health, and she was forced to ult out.
I mean, this game is just crazy, to be completely honest. Like, what is this?
The Akali does have TP. She will have to use it. Aurelion Soldo just going for it.
Oh my god!
Actually. The Yasuo going for a turn. There's the Aurelion Soul ult. It's literally massive. It does hit the guys in the Baron pit who are going to get the Dragon pit. The red team picks up the Dragon. McDonald's Stream Fighters with a bit of a heist. Just stealing it from their placeholders' noses. The Yasuo is, I think, just going to be the sacrificial lamb here. However, watch McDonald's Stream Fighters.
Do they get him? Do they get him?
No, watch McDonald's Stream Fighters. They're just rushing for the Baron. The Yasuo's just stalling time.
Oh, no. Oh, that's so sad.
And Amumu is stuck in the bot lane. I think they do they're getting this. I don't think Amumu can get top in time. Maybe they can try and get there fast enough to wipe them. They do get it.
No, they can't.
They do get the Yasuo, but the Baron goes down.
I mean, but at this point, with the levels and stuff, it's a question of one final fight.
Yeah,
like,
we're also kind of at the point where the gold difference, it's 2k, but in the grand scheme of things, at this point it doesn't matter as much.
Like, if placeholders can get a winning team fight, this might just be a game over.
Yeah, this is gonna be... The next fight is gonna be tense. It might decide it all.
And they've proven it twice now, that they can win fights even being like 4k behind.
4k, I'm pretty sure they were down like 8k at one point and won a fight.
Exactly, so... It just might get dicey.
Really, it's all just farming the wolves over there. Amumu going in!
Is this gonna work?
I don't think there's gonna be a fight here. No, everyone just backs off. The state in the voice chat must be tense right now for both teams. And looking at the items right now, everyone seems to have their main spikes complete. We see Aurelion Sol full build, Kali full build, although no Mage Eye stacks after her death in bot lane. Draven and Misfortune both just need one item. Top laners both just need one item as well. Junglers.
You also have to keep in mind that like McDonald's Freedom Fighters are 1 point ahead. Like, we would like to win, but if we lose, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah,
so
true.
Even if they give up a dragon, which is kind of risky, but we might also have like an Elder fight, and that might not be the.
Oh, that's a.
Okay, we have an engage.
Wukong is forced out here. The second Amumu Q sadly misses, but that could have been the game there, honestly, if they if they just wipe McDonald's Stream Fighters.
Yeah, no, their team fighting is definitely on point as well as like better.
Yeah, it would have been very interesting to see where the game would be right now if they hadn't made those blunders in the mid game and given Tall Stream Fighters that massive lead.
Yeah, I mean, if they didn't lose that Baron Asher, I think that would have been a game over. Because like even now, the other team has Baron Asher and they just can't do anything with it. Yeah, they're getting pressure with all lanes, but it's not enough to end the game.
Yeah, and I believe again. Look, there's 12 seconds left on the Baron currently. I think the lead has shrunk during the Baron timer. It's only about 1.5k, and I think it was about 3k when they got Baron. Again, just what? How can McDonald's Dream Fighters finish this? Basically, is the big question. Oh, that's a catch on the Draven. He's just dead. Huge catch from the Aurelion Soul again. There's a he'll be spawned when Dragon is up, but there's about 8 seconds to run from base to Dragon.
But it's still not enough. I don't think that's enough. I mean, they might get the Drake, and they might force a fight. If they win that fight, that's another story. But if the Freedom Fighters let them take the Drake, we might see even more fights.
The big thing, though, is that they are gonna have to contest for Drake Prio in a 4v5.
Yes, at some point.
Because, as I said, look, Draven's timer is 10 seconds now, and the Dragon's up in 18.
Yep.
It looks like they might just be giving it. Yasuo is moving towards top side. Ooh, could they try maybe get a catch
I
from
think
Gnar?
they might just give it away and try to get vision for Gnar.
Oh,
but,
no, never mind. They are just going for it.
Yep.
Here's the interesting thing. Placeholder Arden and River, I think they're looking to see if someone tries to go for a catch line, but the blue trinket there is big. Catches all of Placeholder there. They're on a ward. I believe McDonald's Stream Fighters know where Placeholder is currently. The Dragon is started up. Can this be... This is gonna be a tense one.
Like, if they can get it... Oh, okay, they're just backing off.
Oh, they are just... Yeah, that's just getting melted. Blue team gets the Dragon. The Aurelion Soul comes out. Again, a big ult. The Yasuo only hits the Amumu. Amumu ult on free.
Oh,
in goes the Akali. Is this gonna... Oh, this could be big. The Wukong knockup is huge. The Gnar. But the Misfortune ult! Oh, this nearly saved the game. The Aurelion Soul is still alive. But not for long, he goes down. It's a 4 for 2 in favor of all Stream Fighters. Can they win off of this?
I mean, they are pretty free to get the Nash, but the question again is it enough? Is it enough? Can they win the team fight and push enough to get the win? And
I think Akali thinks the game is done, selling all her items.
Oh wow!
Except Mage Ice. Will be very awkward if they can't end here. This is gonna be a close one. Amumu's up in 13. Can Gnar find the? Can Gnar do a?
I don't think.
Kiraya, I think it was from Gam, where he was like, they're not ending. They can't end.
Akali just rebought her items. I don't think it's enough.
Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like they decided they're not gonna risk it. They're just back up for Baron again.
Okay, yeah, and I think they should have actually went for Baron because now they,
Oh, Nautilus might. I think Nautilus is just dead here. Yeah, he's
dead.
Oh, he misses the hook as well. Pantheon Spear to the back picks them up.
Oh, this is so intense though. But
can McDonald's Freedom Fighters steal another one?
No, come on, I can't.
Can't they do it? Oh,
my card
Draven
can't
has
take that.
ult. It's no, they will secure this one. Placeholder, get the Baron. The Yasuo, I think the Yasuo stuck in the pit, but Wukong is on the back. He goes over the wall.
If they win this fight, it's over. It's over.
Oh no, that's
that's
two people. That's Yasuo and Wukong down.
Just go down mid lane. Oh, but they don't have.
They have to defend their base. The Akali goes in, picks off the Misfortune. That's big. The Gnar has TP to the base. He's not here. It's a 3v2. Akali is backing off. I don't think she'll take it back in. She won't.
No, they just don't have the wave.
Yeah.
But this is gonna go to Soul Point, I think.
I think so as well. We got 2.5 minutes till Soul Point. Soul Point basically comes up as Baron expires.
Yeah. I mean, if placeholder plays it right, like pushing lanes, and setting up vision for Drake, they should get this Drake, and then they still can lose, but it's a big buff for them. The question is, can they coordinate enough against the Kali to get that push? And
Yeah, we
try
saw
out-
in the last Dragon fight, Akali managed to get on the back line, and it was huge.
Exactly. Although right now the roles are reversed basically. Like last time the Drake was up, team Team McDonald's pre-inviters had the Baron buff. Question is, can the other team take an advantage of it more so than the other team did?
So we have it's 90 seconds, about roughly.
Yeah.
90 seconds to probably deciding the whole game.
Yes. And now you kind of want to start setting up vision.
Yeah, I think pretty much everyone is full build except the supports.
Exactly.
This is as strong as anyone is getting. Maybe like potions or elixirs of Oh boy.
And the mid of placeholders is finally online. You can see that's like 10-7 spike.
Yeah.
I mean,
Interesting. I just saw something interesting. The Akali has Gargoyle.
makes sense because they just don't have a tank.
Wait a minute.
Oof.
Oh wait, our big. Oh, that's a huge catch. I think he's dead here. Oh no, Zhonya's. The Aurelion Soul ult comes out. A Moon ult is huge again.
Come on.
Bullet time across. Aurelion Soul is still picking people up. The Nor is in here finally. They get the Akali. Draven's no health. It's a 2v2, but I think McDonald's Freedom Fighters have their jungler. I think they get the soul here.
Yeah, they have to defend mid lane.
Yeah, that will be soul for McDonald's Freedom Fighters. Yeah.
I mean, I'm still not giving up, but it's getting dicier and dicier.
The soul is pretty big, yeah. However, it's not game deciding, I'd say.
Exactly. I think their team comp is still good enough to win if they get a good engage and CC. But it does suck to play against Hex Drake.
Yeah. Honestly, when I saw what they were doing, I thought McDonald's Stream Fighters were literally just going to run down mid with a wave and just try and go for the finish.
Yeah.
Now, Draven seems to be just waiting in base. Probably waiting for an item. Or not, I don't quite know. He has also picked up a Stormrazor. So looking at the situation right now, Aurelion Soul has his big ultimate. That could prove the difference. Megador is about to time out. So now could be a good time if a fight starts for McDonald's Stream Fighters. There's an E on the Nor, but nothing will come of that. Both inhibitors are back up for placeholder. There's 1 minute till Baron. You can tell how tense this game is with the silence. Just us waiting to see who pulls the trigger. It looks like it might be a Mumu. That's a TP.
Oh my god, they have to.
Here it comes. That's huge.
Okay.
Nor.
Oh my.
The best fortune. That's just 3 people immediately gone. Yasuo's dead as well. That's 4 for 0. Can they end? Surely this has to be the game.
They have to end now if they wanna.
That's a Zhonya's forced out by Aurelion Soul. The Akali is able to get out.
Like they have to push for.
Oh, she goes back in but dies. That's
they have to push for now if they wanna.
Yeah, I think that's game. This
It has
to be
to
it.
be the game. It has to be the game.
Damn it!
Oh
We might
my
be going,
God.
ladies and gentlemen. After a heck of a game 2, it looks like we're getting one more of these.
Oh,
Game
wow.
3 coming
No,
up.
Wow.
Victory
I mean,
for placeholder.
Wow, I'm just glad to be here. Like, this was an insane game.
Jesus. What can you even say after that? It was just... Oh boy. Going into game 3 after a game like that is gonna be very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I need a break. But I'll be right back.
Oh,
Like, this was... Oh, wow.
I feel like everyone might need a break after this.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be 2 minutes while people take a short break. And we'll be heading right into game 3 when we come back, I believe.
Indeed. See y'all in a bit. But this is an exciting best of 3.
Very exciting. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back after a tense game 2, to be honest. Lots of back and forth, but we love to see it. Hopefully we got an entertaining game 3 as well. What do you think, Rox?
I mean, we're definitely going to the 3, and this last game was honestly one of the most exciting games that I've ever. Oh, I mean, it's been one of the first games that I've ever casted, but as well as like playing, I think that's the cup. That's the spirit of the cup, like getting as close games as you can, and this was definitely an exciting game to say the least.
Yeah, it's the players do seem to be ready, so we'll be getting into the game soon. First question I want to ask immediately. It wasn't a problem for most of the game,
Yeah,
but
but
then it got to late game.
mhm.
Aurelion Sol. Do you think it's banned? Or do you think they let it through?
I uh I would say that they should actually focus more on Amumu, because I think the Amumu was the biggest threat. Like he would roam around, got all the gangs off like really successfully. And I think he was the one that enabled Aurelian Soul to first of all scale. It was like winning all the team fights and getting the placeholder team even the chance to try to come back. Uh, so can you ban it out? I don't know. Can placeholders get another pick that is as successful as the Mumu? Maybe. But I'm excited just to see what they go for. After such a long game, I mean, you have to imagine that it's also like the last game, obviously. Nerves are, working their stuff, and it's. I'm excited to see if people come back to their comfort picks or if they tried something different.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Something that can change this, I will tell you now. McDonald's Freedom Fighters on blue side again. They were
Okay.
able to win with it in game 1, and Placeholder were able to pick up the win in game 2 on blue side.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like the first break priority might be what's getting teams the victory. Now,
Yeah. It,
we
it,
saw
it,
McDonald's Freedom Fighters prioritize Caitlyn, and we saw Placeholder prioritize Mumu. Who do you think they're going to go for in game 3 for priority?
I think they should again, as in the game one, go for bot lane priority. Try to get, I don't know, Draven, Zaya, or I don't know, maybe Varus, maybe Caitlyn with an aggressive support to try to again get that stability into the bot lane, and let the top lane get ahead and snowball as long as, I don't know, the it's hard to say. I don't know. It's really hard to say, especially like after such a long game. I in my opinion, I would be like, I wanna play something that I'm comfortable with after, I don't know, a 1 hour game, you know?
Yeah, and we're in Champ Select, and immediately the
Oh,
adaptation.
okay.
Aurelion Soul is gone. They're not letting Placeholder have it again. It was a big, it was pretty huge late game.
Yeah, no. Yes, it definitely was, but oh, and they are banning out the mid lane. So we'll see how far it goes. I wouldn't be surprised if the third ban for McDonald's Freedom Fighters is actually Mumu, because I think that was actually a really enabling champ for their whole composition to work out.
It sounds a bit odd, but I feel like so many mid bans are kind of wasted when I feel like the Placeholder jungler is the big reason that placeholder are doing as well as they are.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, on one hand, it makes sense. It's just it might also be like a scouting difference, you know. You
Yeah.
might be like, okay, we can ban out the Amumu, but we're just like, uh, is there something else that he can like bring out that will enable our mid lane? So it might be safer as they went for it, like to ban out mid lane picks and try to just ban it out right away, avoid the whole shenanigans, or okay, and now it's interesting.
There's the Amumu ban from placeholder.
Oh, and they go
Oh,
for Nuno Willem, and how that's
that is a.
yeah, that
If
must
you
be
want a jungler that ganks, that is a jungler that ganks.
yeah. I mean, but now I think like placeholders have to go for a strong bot lane. Like they have to pick oh, okay, yeah, Nar, that's
Gnar coming
fine.
out, yeah. The Gnar was pretty successful for him, I'd say.
Yeah, it was a nice counter pick as well as like taking away a pick from Visor. But I'm wondering if they will go for maybe not second pick, but third pick, going for a strong ADC and try to play around bot lane now.
Yeah, and we also do see finally the fresh is allowed out there. Click My Lantern is actually playing top. But maybe they try and switch it back in the draft and put him back on support.
That would be interesting, in fact. And trash, especially like in late game, is not bad. The
Oh,
question is, oh, okay, and we have a Twitch, which I don't know what would you want to see in this draft now?
well, I wasn't sure what they were going to pair with Nudu, but Twitch is an interesting one. He, everyone knows his strong roaming, of course, but
Yeah,
late game Twitch is very scary, and the
and we have
Jace.
a J stop. That's a power pick for Visor.
Now here's the thing with Twitch: he's not a strong laner usually.
No, but it is, the factor of being able to roam everywhere is scary, and I,
That's a
and
Kindred lock-in.
I expect Kindred to go to jungle.
I'd be surprised if they go anywhere
Yeah.
else. I believe Learov is a Kindred main, so it's quite interesting. I believe it was banned for game 1 and game 2. We see a triple ban on mid lane this game from McDonald's Freedom Fighters.
I mean, the question is, what does placeholder draft to get enough of AP damage? That's my question right now.
Well,
It was like
there's not a lot of mid laners left at this point with
exactly,
4
as
bans
well
already
as like
spent on it.
if Kindred gets countered in jungle, which it might just be, do you have enough scaling? And that's scary.
Yeah.
Like if Kindred doesn't get enough range, if it doesn't get enough kills or jungle camps with the mark, she might just end up being completely useless.
So here's the thing. I did talk about Twitch as if he was ADC. Do you think we could see him go somewhere else?
Um, I can no. I would say it could potentially go into jungle, but with Nunu and Willump being picked up, I don't see it going anywhere else. Maybe mid, but that would be a surprise, to be honest, with how the teams have been picking their champions and knowing their playstyles. So I'm pretty certain it is going to the bot lane. Now
There's,
Ash, on the other hand, that might be either an ADC or a support.
on the other hand, though, we do see Fresh, so I imagine it would be ADC. Unless they
True.
might
Uh,
flex Fresh top. You never know.
yeah, Yeah, no. The third game, there's no way Thresh is going anywhere besides support. You're right.
Yeah,
I'm just I'm just tired. It's the third game, cut me some slack.
we
Like,
have we do have one more pick left for McDonald's Stream Fighters with the Nami locked in. Will it be Nami Twitch or will it be Twitch mid maybe?
I don't think so.
Twitch support has been taken out of the equation with Nami.
But I am interested into what the mid
Oh,
pick is gonna be
that's
for
an echo.
yeah, that's an Echo mid.
The thing
And we
is, in
have
the early game, the Akali was causing problems in mid. Now let's see how deep Meister Fluffy's pool goes here.
I mean, she is, as far as I know, pretty good on Syndra. The question
There's
is,
the pick.
do we have enough of jungle support to let it scale and to let it do its damage?
Yeah,
Because
and
if this Kindred gets shut down in the early game, then I do feel it's gonna be a really hard game for placeholders.
I think just like game 1 and 2, a lot of pressure is on Leoraf here.
Yep.
The Kindred needs to get some marks going, get ahead. Of course, Kindred does scale incredibly because of the whole mark thing and everything.
Yeah.
But you want to get it going early. And
Yeah, no, it's
looking at
another exciting draft on both sides, I think.
yeah, looking at everything right now, it'll be interesting. Top lane Jace versus Nord. That is two lane bullies.
Yeah.
Nunu, the early cheese gang from Nunu is a known thing. I wouldn't be surprised if he does it here and gets a lane ahead. Echo into
Should
Syndra.
be.
This is a matchup I'm not familiar with, I'll admit.
I think Syndra should be winning it out, but as soon as they hit 6, Echo does kind of not counter Syndra, but it can adapt in the sense that like Echo can ult as soon as Syndra ults. So it's not a kill pressure lane. It's also like really hard to gank it. And then the bottom lane, it's volatile again. Like it could swing either way. Like
Yeah,
either this Twitch snowballs and starts roaming the whole map, or we see continuous Ashe ults and Thresh hooks, and unless there's ganks from mid or jungle, the bot lane is lost. So yeah, no, definitely an interesting matchup. I am, I'm to some extent definitely surprised that they are still trying out new stuff, although it's third game. And I would expect people like being like, "Oh my god, it's a third game. I want to play something that's safe, that I'm comfortable on." But I think almost all players are picking up something that they think they can get an advantage on.
when it gets to the later stage of the game, though, do you feel that with McDonald's Freedom Fighters, Echo might have a hard time because Kindred Ultimate can just shut down him trying to go for an assassination. There is, fresh CC, Syndra stun.
Yeah,
Do you think he'll have a hard time going through everything?
it's really dicey, I think. I mean, it really depends on which champions, which lanes get an advantage if they do get an advantage, because I I feel like either of these champs on both sides can really swing the game into either direction. Like Thresh getting a good hook can end a team fight. Ashe getting an ultimate or Syndra getting a good stun can end a team fight. Kindred getting a good ultimate or Gnar getting a good ultimate can get end a team fight as well as on the other side. You know, Echo getting a good disengage can just draw all the efforts of the other team. Twitch getting a good flank with pairing of the Nami can do a lot of damage. And Jace getting ahead with the poke. Keeping in mind that besides Syndra and Ashe, placeholder team is kind of, short in advantage time. I feel like Jace can also do a lot of damage, so it's really gonna come up to either early game, as in first game, or as in second game, team fight execution.
Yeah, and we are into game now. I'm gonna do the same question I've asked you in game 1 and 2. Prediction: which team is getting the 2-1?
Oh, is that towards me?
Yeah. Let's see what the chat says as well.
Honestly, yeah, we should check what guys, if you're in the channel, tell us. We have a prediction channel. You can change your vote as well,
Has the prediction channel changed? I wonder, for MFF versus...
No, but you can change your vote, and right now it's 7-9 in the advantage of placeholders. So, we'll check on that if you guys think things are changing.
Lipsy Cat doesn't have a lot of faith in the Jace pick here. I'll say that much, it seems.
I have to disagree. I think because I have played with Visor some games, and I know his Jace is not that bad. And on the other hand, he knows Gnar because he plays it. The question is, can he get the advantage that Jace needs to snowball? Yeah. If he can get that, and if there's no jungle interaction, maybe. Otherwise, it's gonna be a bit of a useless pick.
Yeah. The big thing I'm gonna keep my eyes on... Okay, so first things, not trading mid lane.
Oh,
the Kindred is off to take the blue buff. It looks like a split map. There is a snowball coming in bot lane. The Fresh gets hit. I think he's just dead here. That is
a really early play. And this is something played.
I mentioned. Nunu does have the early cheese gang.
No, that's a really well played gang.
Yeah, the heal used up for the bot lane of placeholder. Yeah. Flash and Exhaust still up for the Fresh, so I guess not the end of the world, but it's not ideal. The Nunu, I don't think he realizes the Kindred just decided to cross map, and he is just doing his Raptors.
Yeah, but I don't think Kindred... Yeah, I don't think it's enough to kill him. I don't think it's enough. No.
Yeah, he safely walks out of there.
Yep.
He's probably let's see, the Nunu gets the information about Kindred having red buff and is immediately running over to blue buff. Although this can be a bit risky as his bot lane is recalling, but it looks like placeholder's bot lane not gonna move. Not gonna try and stop him. The Jace just clearing there. Is he going to get a recall here, it looks like? Yes, it is. Oh, this could be dangerous for the Nunu. Oh, this is not good. Can he get out? Oh, he will get out, but... Oh, no, he will not! That is it. There we go. We said the Kindred needs to get going early. And that's painful.
That might make a difference.
That's very painful for the Nunu.
Yeah.
If Kindred just runs topside right now and picks up the scuttle there, that's 2 marks already in about 4 minutes. Yeah, we are seeing exactly that. Pressuring mid lane as well.
Nah, that's a get play.
Yeah, again, Liraf coming in very clutch for placeholder. the bot lane has fallen behind a bit after early gank, but not a massive difference here. Lira picks up the scuttle there. I think that's
that's a flash for flash and a kill.
But is a kill back. Let's go on assist. Bot lane, that is a nice pickup. Twitch gets Twitch on 2 kills already is very dangerous as well.
Painful. And in top lane we have fight. Oh, and that's a dead Gnar.
Yeah,
that is a dead Gnar.
He flashed it, but it doesn't matter, and that's a kill on the Ashe as well. Oh, does he? He might get out. He gets out.
Okay, respect.
Very well played from the Gnar there to get out. Granted, he burns everything, but the poor thing is he didn't give away a kill. This bot lane, though, it's looking dire.
Yeah.
Look at the size of the wave, and Ashe is going to miss most of this.
I mean, it's sad, like, we talked about it before the first match even. Like, does either of the teams goes for the Thresh champion? And is it a counter pick, or is it a trap that they fall into, you know?
Right now, it's looking like a bit of a trap.
Exactly. You're like, okay, we'll let them pick it because they're comfortable in it. But if they pick it, they are definitely losing lane. And it seems like that kind of story, sadly.
Oh, Kindred is actually just doing the dragon here. I wonder if Echo's mid lane. Nunu just seems to be a Raptor. I think this will just be an early dragon for placeholder. There it is, Chemtech Dragon for placeholder.
Damn, I respect that.
This is definitely it looks like it's gonna be a battle of the ADCs, except that one of the ADCs is jungling.
No, it's definitely gonna be another close game, I think.
Yeah, once again though, training in the top lane. You didn't mention he knows how to play. He knows Gnar and he plays Jace, so
yeah,
he's using that knowledge to his advantage.
I mean, Gnar, to be honest, is holding up pretty well, but there is a bit of a CS advantage.
Nice little flay, but can he get out here?
Oh no!
I think
no, he should be fine. Really low, but
that flash ignite.
Oh wow!
I don't think that will kill him.
Tick. No, it's not enough.
It isn't enough, but that is aggressive, and it does burn the heal from Ashe.
It's also a mental play. Like, come on.
Oh yeah.
Tell me as a support, you're not like, oh, this is pissing me off.
Oh, the Ashe is.
Yeah, exactly.
Not looking great for the bot. We haven't actually, admittedly, we've not actually seen that much for the bot lane. The Kindred are going in mid lane. I think the Echo should be out here. Maybe they can force his ult here. They do. Can he live though? No. Oh, that's Kindred.
Oh wow, that's last second, but well played. That should be a kill.
Oh, the Echo going for it. He actually gets.
Oh my god.
He gets the Kindred. The kill is back, but that is big for Echo.
Yeah. I mean, he does lose his wave though, so.
Yeah, and well, as I was saying, we haven't actually talked about the bot lanes as much this game. We focused around mid, top, and jungle a lot.
True.
But so far, all stream fighters have dominated bot lane. Well, maybe not dominate, but they've usually come out ahead.
Yep.
Though the Gnar ult goes wide, and that will just be that. Could this be the game where Mars Argo, he had his Baron steal last game. Could this be the game where he steps up and carries? And just puts the team on his back 1v9?
On one hand, yes. On the other hand, I believe still that placeholders still have like a really nice, both like peak potential with like Ashe ult and Thresh hook, as well as like team fight composition. As long as Kindred can keep up with her marks.
Oh, that's
so
that's a fight.
Okay,
Ooh, that was very close.
Scary.
That was very risky, but
yeah.
I will rate the attempt.
Yeah.
And I would also like to point out something that we are seeing. Oh, the Twitch is going in. Just almost with the old Ash Arrow forcing. Ash Arrow used to force a disengage. It won't be enough, but his bot lane is being really, really rough for placeholder right now. Oh, that's a 3-man 5 top as well.
Oh wow!
Just play safe top, lol. Every top player hates me now for saying that, but yeah, that's.
I mean, we are just like two supports commenting on a game, you know.
Yeah. Let's talk about Navi more. That's where we can work. No, but right now we're seeing largely I would say this is fairly similar to how the early games have gone so far this series.
Yeah.
McDonald's Streamfires are the ones laning better so far. They're getting themselves ahead in CS in most places. Just building a gold lead off of that.
Yeah,
while placeholder mostly
what we've seen the past 2 games. The question is it enough? That's the main question.
Yeah, it was enough in game 1 when the game suddenly blew open.
Exactly. But in the game 2, I mean, it got close, but even with a Drake Soul, it was not enough. The question is, can they, you know, either snowball it to an extent that placeholders have like no leg to stand on, or do they have enough of scaling as well as like I don't know, macro as well as like vision to win? And now we see another fight in bot lane. That's
I think that's just a kill. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
the new dude there just for good measure, but
yeah,
doesn't matter. They will be looking at the Drake here, I think.
I mean, fair enough.
Things are coming out. I don't think placeholder can really contest this.
No,
we're seeing
they shouldn't.
Yeah, Echo just annoying the mid and jungle of placeholder a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was my question with picking Thresh, you know? Yeah, you're comfortable on it,
that's just a solo kill top.
Yeah. But yeah, that was my question with Thresh, like, yeah, you're comfortable on it, but is it enough for you to win the game? And
so far, it's not looking like it.
No, exactly. Like, I would rather, you know, I think the mentality is like, I'll let you pick it, and I'd rather pick a counter pick and just destroy you in lane. And it's working so far.
Speaking of working, the Echo nearly gets the Syndra as well. That counter pick isn't working quite so well right now, but
no, it is definitely looking dicey for.
Oh, that's a flash! Nice stun there.
Oh wow, that's close.
Whew. Living on the edge there as well.
But it is looking dicey for placeholders.
I would also like to say, I personally think that all Streamfires have a lot better scaling than they did in the last game, so maybe this early advantage might be enough. Oh, and top lane is just.
It's sad. I think the scaling is still on the side of placeholders as long as Kindred can keep up. And speaking of it, I don't think she can.
Yeah, that was a very nice snipe from the Jace to pick up the Gnar and just chunks out the Kindred. This Jace is scarily ahead right now.
Yeah, it just feels like Kindred is like slipping away, although she's like doing her best.
Oh, that was very well played. A huge shutdown coming out there.
Yeah.
You were just saying how. Oh, hold on. The turn dive is enough. I think he lives. He does live there.
He does live.
Oof. You were just saying Kindred's slipping away a bit, but that shutdown does help. However, Nunu immediately back to answer. We do see already though. Kindred already has a Kraken Slayer.
The problem with Kindred is like items and money aren't enough. Like you have to get the marks, and if you can't get the marks, it's a bit of a disaster. Did she get the marks in the early game? Hell yes. But right now, starting to feel like there's so much pressure on the whole map that I don't know if she can still like invade the enemy jungle and get enough marks to get enough range.
Yeah, and I was just showing there quickly. Kindred's still on 2 marks currently that they
Yeah,
got in the first like
exactly.
4 minutes. Nunu coming up top. The Gnar is able to back away. There's 2 minutes until the next dragon. It looks like it is a Mountain Soul this game. And this Fresh, I think, really wishes he had that Mountain Soul right about now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be... Looking at the difference in bot lane right now, 30 CS difference, the Twitch has 5 kills. Already on Blade Ruin King, Twitch is huge right now. The Ashe... Oh,
Yeah.
I think she might just be dead here again.
Oof.
Oh, I think she had the
the
flash.
fish
She had the flash there, but this will be first break for the
Yep.
Twitch. Little jump away from the Gnar. Things are looking dicey right now. Nami ult immediately responds. There's a free man in the bot lane for placeholder, but I don't think they can do anything.
No.
Nunu's here as well to help cover. And yeah, placeholder just have to back off.
I mean, we've seen them come back from like a bigger disadvantage.
But is the team fighting there this time?
This is the question. It's
So-
again, I think, up to the use of ultimates and up to the Kindred getting enough spec.
Yeah. So if you're a placeholder in this scenario, what would you say is the best way they can come back right now?
Oh,
What do you think is the game plan?
At the moment, just try to play safe and not, yeah.
Not die like that? Just
Um,
exploded.
I mean, honestly, yeah, like not give Jace too many kills because he has the it's basically like the only champion that has like a really good range. Besides that, it's hard to say. I don't know. I don't think they have the scaling on their side this time.
It's a nice little stop there. I think it's just another kill on the top lane. I was just about to show the gold on each individual champion. Nice Kindred ult coming out, but there's a Nunu.
Yeah, that's a.
They see him roll and
That's
they
the
hate him.
best Kindred.
Oh!
Oh my god. Okay, that was. Oof. That was unlucky.
Yeah, it was. But I was gonna try and point out at the gold differences. It's looking a bit rough. We see mid lane about 800 gold difference. We see top lane about a 2k gold difference. The big one for McDonald's Stream Fighters is that bot lane difference. Oh, he doesn't have ult for ult. I think he's just dead.
Yes.
That's a solo kill from the Syndra.
Damn, close.
That is big. As it basically evens her out. But here's the Twitch, who I was about to point out.
That's the scary part.
Yeah, he's about 3k gold up on the Ashe right now. That is literally an entire ADC item.
Yep.
The only real saving grace we can see here, the
It's
jungle
like
is about 1.5k lead for placeholder.
And the thing with Twitch is like he's pushing pressure on all the lanes as long as like he's not seen, and that's a big problem.
Yeah, him existing in the game makes it impossible to really try and
Like
push your
if you don't
objectives.
see him, you can't get vision. Like with 6-0 kills, you can get vision, you can push lanes, and that's the biggest problem right now, I think.
Yeah, we see top turret go down. The more turrets go down, the more of red side gets unlocked for McDonald's Freedom Fighters. And the more room Twitch has to move around.
Yep.
You see the Kindred's just trying to get some farm in the top side right now. Nunu's trying to snowball, but I don't think it'll hit. No. Oh, that's Nami ult coming out. I'm not sure what that was for, but maybe he thought the snowball would hit. Something that we do have to pay attention to. It's the Nora is going in.
Mm.
He does have Kindred for backup, but it's not enough. Fresh
And that's
makes
a
some
dead
friends.
Yep.
He's forced to exhaust. The Twitch meanwhile, that 2v1.
Oh.
I think he might win this.
Yep.
No. Oh, it's very close.
Barely.
Yeah, they're able to live, but
I mean,
yeah,
but you
mid
can see
tower's
the
about
power
to go
of,
down,
and you can see the power switch.
yeah, mid tower goes down. Nice Kindred ult there to keep them alive, but is it gonna be enough? Oh, the Jace on the back. Nice snipe there from Vizier.
Wow.
Forces a flash from Nora as well. We see Rift Herald was popped mid. Nunu took the mid tower there, as well as got the second mid tower low. Right now, the situation is just like for game 1 and 2, not looking great for
No, it's pretty
placeholder.
dire. It's pretty dire. Not gonna lie.
In about 3 minutes, there is a Mountain Drake coming up, and that will be Soul Point.
Yes.
Luckily for placeholder, they picked up that first Drake. That was Chemtech Drake. Very good job by the Kindred to pick it up early, but...
With Witch being in the game, I think it's almost impossible for play to even get the vision.
Yeah.
there.
Honestly, one of the only ways I think they might be able to do this is if they just say screw it, 5-man force.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, who's gonna move in the front to face check?
Yeah. Also, they don't just. I don't think they have enough CC.
No, they had a much better comp in game 2 for a comeback like this. So the Twitch, the Kindred makes a friend.
Oh,
Doesn't jump over the wall. That's another kill for the Twitch. Well, like I said, Mars Orgo was a bit quiet in game 1 and 2, I think, compared to the rest of his top side. But this game, it's all about him, it looks like.
Yeah.
We see Zada here. He's just clearing vision. 90 seconds until Mountain Drake. Do you think placeholder contest this, or do you think they just go, it's not Soul yet, we'll contest the next one?
I mean, having Kindred on their team, I think it's best to not contest and be like, maybe we can scale it off, but I don't think it's happening. So, they are in a tough position, definitely.
And
Yeah.
just another kill. The Echo trying to see if he can get some solo kills as well. It doesn't seem to be working quite as well for him. See in the top lane, Jace's poke as well coming out.
You know, this one should be in the back of McDonald's Freedom Fighters.
Yeah, it's...
I mean, it's...
It'll be interesting to see what happens. We did kind of say that in game 1 and 2 as well.
yeah, exactly.
We saw placeholder fight back, so
Yep.
maybe they can do it here as well. The Echo looks like he's gonna go for the Syndra. Does get the stun, does get the kill.
That's just painful. That's painful for them.
Yeah, maybe. The Drake is coming up in 13 seconds. Syndra is dead, and I think they don't really have the vision to contest it. They were able to set up nice defensive vision, but that's about to be cleared out. And Twitch, once again, rat-tat-tat-tat opens up.
Yep.
Doesn't work out. Forces the Astral, though.
Back.
While this is going on, the Nunu is just kind of chilling. Honestly, the Nunu's not had to really do much this game. He got that early gank off, and that's about it, really. Showed up a couple of times.
That seemed to be enough, you know. He got his top lane and bot lane ahead.
Yeah, and secures objectives.
Exactly, and that was enough.
Yeah, once again, Ashe forced the flash heal there. This is the power of Twitch, like you said. He's just camping outside your base. What are you gonna do about it?
I mean, yeah, once Twitch gets ahead, it's just really hard to play against it.
Yeah, we've all been in these kind of games. I think you
Yeah.
can probably find quite a few people with PTSD when they hear I was hiding.
Hey, don't ask me about it.
Oh yeah, you're a support mate. You
Oh,
know when
yeah.
you're like a squishy like Jana or something trying
Yeah,
to ward
oh,
Twitch
yeah.
pops out.
I just love the Twitch, like, haha, hi, I'm here. You're
Oh
dead.
yeah, it's very fun. Oh, the Echo once again going in, gets knocked away nicely. Stania's there to block more damage coming in. This should force his ult. Can they catch him though? Oh, the Ash ult hits. I think that will be a kill back. Goes to the Syndra. Nicely done. Nor.
He's
Well,
dead.
I wanted to try and make it exciting, but I think everyone knew what was going to happen there with the camera panned up there. Jace, in the meantime, one-man army down here as all three fighters just gonna take the Baron here. I think in 25 minutes.
I mean, they can afford to do it, so, you know, why not?
It's yeah, it's gonna go down here. Now the question is though, I have to be honest, they haven't used their Barons amazingly in this series.
That's true, yeah, but I think it's just a draft difference this time. Because,
Yeah, I guess that's kind of true.
you know, despite all the attempts that Kindred had, it's just not enough. Top lane is losing 0-6, sadly, and this trash support pick just didn't work out.
Yeah.
And that's what we talked about, you know, like falling into the trap of like, okay, yeah, let's pick trash, you know, and the other team's like, yeah, let's pick it, and we'll counter it. And it just didn't work. It's and in this state of the game is just like.
Oh, the North fancies his chances here. Fresh up here as well. I mean,
they will get a kill there. Yeah.
I think that's a big misplay from the Twitch.
Sure, but I don't think it's enough. That's the main problem.
Yeah.
Sorry to be negative.
Oh, there's a third dive in the bot lane. The Kindred ult, the Lamb's Respite, trying to buy time, but it's not enough.
No, they're just slapping them.
Nice little hook. That's an ult kill from the Syndra.
Okay.
Nice up there as well. Can we see a bit of a cleanup here? The Syndra, I think, like him cool, but does get a double kill.
I mean, that's a bit of like.
Well, I did just say, all three fighters don't make the best use of Barons, and well. Oh, that's a very nice stun again. But can anything come from it? No, it doesn't look like it. Top lane tower did go down for McDonald's Stream Fire's placeholder picking up the bounty there. That gives them a nice little income of gold. I'm not actually sure what the gold difference was before the Baron, but feels like it's been this like 8-9k range for a while now.
Yeah. No, I'm surprised they're still holding out, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh, there's the Twitch. Well, yeah. Twitch wanted to pat his KDA again. Nice ult from the Ashe.
Yeah, but
keeps herself alive at least. Had to heal. Once again, Nunu's going in. They see him rolling. They hate. It's a nice Nunu ult to save the Twitch there. But the Nunu is kind of stuck there now. Is the Twitch gonna be able to turn? The Nor goes in. That's a nice Nor, but will it matter? No, Twitch goes down, but there's the rest of McDonald's Stream Fighters to just clean it up.
No,
Nor goes down. Ashe was at base as the last person standing.
Yeah, no, they're just slapping them with their wallets at this point. It's
yeah.
I mean, it's sad to see after such an exciting second game. But
yeah,
it's just not enough. I don't think.
Yeah, we will maybe get to talk to one of the placeholder players after this match to see
true.
What happens and their thoughts on it. But I think they're just going for the end. Is this gonna be game?
No, fair enough.
Yeah, I think that's just game. It's gonna be a 2-1 victory for McDonald's Freedom Fighters.
And they take it.
Yeah, 2-1 victory. Very convincing game 3 after a bit of a shaky game 1 and 2, I'd say.
I mean, the first time was definitely a bit shaky, not too bad, but still. And the second game was definitely shaky, but the third game they showed up.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if we have an interview for everyone here.
Exactly. Let's see what their
Well,
thoughts were on the
yeah,
game.
but first off, overall, what would you say about the two teams and everything that happened?
I would say I have to respect placeholders for their second game. Like that was good adaptation, even though like on paper I think they have a less strong team, and they like played to their strengths. Um, it didn't work out as best as they could, but like I have to respect it just for the fact that like they kept playing and they didn't give up, and in the end they won. You know,
I
first
think.
game. Yeah,
Continue.
sorry, go on.
Well, I was gonna say, I think that overall placeholder, they can be satisfied with parts of game one, and I think they'd be very satisfied with the game two performance.
Yeah,
Well, game three was a bit iffy. I feel like maybe they just didn't have anything left in the tank when they got to it.
yeah. I mean,
So,
it's understandable after 2 hours of games or 3 hours of games, playing a third game, and you're like, oh my god, what did I play now? But no, they definitely showed up, and I have to say, like, I honestly expected a more clean of a game from McDonald's Freedom Fighters, to be completely honest.
yeah. So looking at the standings now, McDonald's Stream Fighters will move to a 2-1, as they had the game score here, and the placeholder moved to a 1-2 record. Now, of course, this is still early on. If we take a look, if we quickly try and take a look here at the schedule, next week it'll be round 4. McDonald's Stream Fighters are going to be up against CBS, which is my team. CBS currently standing at 2-0 with a 4-0 scoreline. Play 80 tomorrow at 3 p.m. I know not much. Meanwhile, placeholder will be playing against TMP in week 4. So hopefully placeholder will be able to bounce back. We'll see about that. While McDonald's Stream Fighters, I'll be honest, I don't want to be cocky, but it'll be a tough. It should be a tough game for them if CBS can maintain their form and everything.
No, I'll be honest. Like, I think both teams played to their strengths, especially like in the second game, and in the end, the better team, I guess, or the team that has a better read on the meta wins. But um, especially the second game, that was exciting as hell, and
Yeah, it was quite fun.
there's not much more to say.
And we do have an interview here. Vizier, is that how you pronounce it, right?
Visa for
Visa.
McDonald's Freedom Fighters.
Yes, he's here with an interview. So I'm just gonna ask straight up, what was it like after game 2, and how did you reset into game 3? And just you had such a dominant performance in game 3. Were you a bit surprised by that, or?
We kind of just played the same sort of game. I feel like in game 2 we just made some mistakes trying to close out the game too early. I think you saw it in game 1 as well. It was my mistake, honestly. I'm the one who called for it, which is where I missed a Naro in their base, and then it set us back like another few minutes before ending. I think it was our desperation to close out that caused mistakes, because we knew it was on a timer against Aurelian Soul. But none of us have actually played against it yet, and yeah, I don't know. We just weren't prepared for that kind of late game scale, and it feels impossible to play against.
I was going to ask about Aurelian Soul a bit. You said it threw you off a bit. Was game 3 more of a battle of like we just don't want to risk playing against again, or was it just we don't really know how to counter it?
We thought we knew how to counter it, but it just didn't really feel like it worked. I feel like we played a dive comp into just too much crowd control, and I think that was the main problem. But the other huge issue you have right now with champions like the Rise and Aurelion Sol is the Rod of Aegis build path. It's incredibly hard to burst down these mages with dive comps, unless you've got like overwhelming damage and you don't get CC'd.
Sorry, can I jump in?
Yeah, no problem. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, was the bot lane, was that planned for the third game, especially like with what's the thing called? Come on.
The Twitch Nami.
Yeah. Was that a planned stuff, or did you just like roll it and be like, okay, we can win this lane?
We kind of left everything more open in the third game, just in draft. We did have a plan for picking the Twitch or like a more scaling bot lane rather than just trying to dominate the bot lane through poke with the Caitlyn. And we feel like it worked well because like Nami Twitch is an incredibly strong combo if you're playing against a lane that can't really deal with it. And we was really lucky when they picked the Thresh because Thresh just can't really deal with Nami in lane. And Ashe doesn't really outtrade the Twitch when Twitch can get onto them. Especially when you've got Nami E on you, you can't really run away on Ashe. So it's just a really, really fortunate matchup that we was able to pick it into. So as soon as we saw like the Thresh locked in, we just thought we'd go for it.
Well, I mean, well played.
And just one final question. What would you say are your thoughts overall on placeholder and just in general how everything went in the series?
We're pretty good friends with a lot of the people on like placeholders. There's a lot of like friendly banter. Team-wise, I actually think they're really, really strong. Especially like in the second game, we just felt like we couldn't do anything. And their mid laner for like that second game was just absolutely carrying them. And in the first game as well with the Ahri performance. So yeah, we definitely struggled into them just because they're just playing really well around the map, shutting down what we wanted to do. I felt like we had a better macro game, but anytime we wanted to try and close out or force fights, we just didn't feel like we could. And yeah, so our only option really was to like play around the map and try and snowball.
All right. Well, Rox, do you have any final questions that you'd like to ask here?
I mean, no, I just can reiterate that, yeah, it definitely felt like, especially like as far as like Baron Nashor buff goes, it felt like your team didn't feel comfortable pushing the lead, or like wasn't, especially like in the second game, wasn't comfortable, sieging and getting the advantage. But yeah, no, I think that your analysis so far has been pretty good, so I don't really have any other questions, to be honest.
Yeah, the second game is mainly hard to close out because Aurelion Sol can basically just stop a minion wave. I think it's their E, the Black Hole ability. And we didn't have like any capacity to siege whatsoever. Draven's low range. We was playing with Wukong Yasuo, who have no range whatsoever, and we had Nikali in the mid lane, again no range, so we can't actually push them off of any of the objectives. The only way that we can actually win that game is to drag them out into the open and force a fight, and even then we had struggle like winning those fights anyway. So it's just a bit of a loss.
Sorry, did you feel like Amumu was like an oppressive pick for your team?
Yeah, definitely. Amumu's the only champion where like Yasuo, Akali, and Wukong can like dive the backline and it'll just get Amumu ulted and then not do anything for a little while.
Yeah.
It's not like a Sejuani that can only lock down one target. It's really the only jungler that's meta right now or played in tournament that can do that. Mm-hmm. So it was very, very difficult to dive the backline with the Amumu. Yeah, it was a really good pick into us.
Makes sense. Okay, yeah, that's
as long as you don't ask me about literally running it on Yasuo for half that game, it's all good.
You kept the pressure up. I'll say that much. We won't talk about your score, but you kept the pressure up.
Yeah, I mean, Yasuo's just really strong into the Gnar. It's like I don't know if you know, but like back in the day, it's always been like an old school counter pick into Gnar.
Yeah, I just haven't played. Boomerang yeah, can't do anything.
I just haven't played the matchup too much. But once I felt like strong in the game, I felt like I could just like 1v5, and then I just ran it repeatedly. But at least I had some good mechanical outplays, even if it didn't work out.
One question I realized I forgot to ask actually. Your next game, it's up against CBS. Do you have any thoughts on that, or have you planned anything yet? That you don't have to share strategy, especially since I'm on CBS. It's probably better not to. But what are your thoughts on that upcoming game next week?
Yeah, I think we've actually got the best macro by far in the league. I think actually like us playing the map, getting leads through turret plate-ins, securing objectives, and sort of like controlling the pace of the game when we're at an even game state is better than any other team in the league. And as long as we don't like run the early game and we go into the game or after the laning phase, we go even. I think it's just a 2-0.
2-0 for you, right?
Yep.
All right.
As long as we don't end lane
I'll
phase.
keep this in mind for next week.
All good, man. All good.
Like I said, I'll keep it in mind. But yeah, no, I just wanted to get your thoughts on this a bit, and if you, how exactly the planning will go and everything. But for the most part, I'm excited as well to see how we match up and how things go. So hopefully it'll lead to some fun games.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I'm excited for it. We all are.
Yeah. And
I'm also real quick. I'm probably going to be in a different role. This is my third role in 3 series. So we'll see what happens. I'll have to get jungle and support at some point as well.
No, we're considering switching a few roles as well. So maybe we'll have some strange things going around. We did see that placeholder. I nearly forgot their name there. Did switch between game 1 and 2, and it's kept that up in game 3. So, as people can see, switching roles is perfectly open.
Yeah, do whatever you got to do to win.
Yeah, exactly. But I think with that, we can leave it for today. Tomorrow, I believe the first game is CBS versus ADD at 3 p.m. Central European Time, 2 p.m. GMT. And that's a goodbye from myself, Rox.
Hey.
And I forgot how you pronounce it. Visor?
Yeah, it's Bizzer.
Yes, and Visor.
Thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you've had a good stream. I hope you enjoyed the games.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
make sure
see you
to
tomorrow for CBS versus ADD.
Yeah, I'm
make
casting.
sure
I'm
to
loving it.
subscribe. Bye.
Bye, everyone.